Hello, good evening, good morning, etc.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, we've got Nana and Rusty's wife here this evening.
Applause, please. Standing ovation for my lovely wife.
Mhm.
You're too cute.
How is everyone doing today?
Fucking sore. We got our COVID and like flu jabs yesterday, like the COVID booster and the flu shot. So fucking sore in the arms. Like damn.
They don't like to do it one arm, so you get both arms being sore.
Like
Really?
So like
Really?
yeah, it was.
Oh, they don't want them to fight in there. I see this.
Yeah. Yeah, like I just have like dead, and it was so annoying trying to sleep last night because it was like both my arms were sore and we're like side sleepers. So. But I was waiting for, because I've never had a flu shot before because my mother doesn't believe in them. More mother-in-law for everybody. Well, she believes in regular vaccines, but the flu shot, she's like, not scam. They just trying to make money. I'm like, it's free.
So in
The ultimate. That's how they get you.
Yeah, that's what they want you to think. But it's.
I tell you, that's not a good way to make money.
no, it's like our mothers don't agree on much, but the flu shot being a scam, they do agree.
I feel like they don't get along. Our mothers don't like each other because they both are convinced the other one is the bad mother-in-law. It jokes on them.
You're both shit.
Aww.
You're being asked what the flag is on screen? What is
It's
this
a
flag?
poly flag.
Oh,
God.
I didn't recognize it.
Lesbian flag.
Yeah, I thought you made this.
No, it's it's the new polyamory flag.
The new one.
Can we talk about? We don't need so many fucking flags.
Yeah.
We don't.
It's like I'm glad you found clips. Clip art and paint, but we don't need them.
Yeah.
So wait, why do they have a flag? This isn't even the first of the polyamory flags. This is the newest iteration. So there's more than one. And hello, Lamb. Welcome. First stream. Hi.
Welcome.
Yes. So Nana, how are you doing? How's things?
How's your mother?
Good. My mother is awesome, actually. My mother is so awesome. But like my mother hasn't met my mother-in-law because we are on very opposite sides of the world. So that makes it hard.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So what I'm hearing is smart woman on your part.
Yeah, smart choice.
She's very. I think my mother-in-law is awesome too, though. She's so nice. She's so different from my mom. It's so weird for me to be with my in-laws. I'm like, you guys are different kinds of humans completely. It's because they're very waspy. Like they're so British. And I'm like, I'm sorry to say that about Australians, but you guys are so British. You're just like upside down poisonous British people. It's so
There's
strange.
a difference. That's offensive.
There's not much difference. There's like a little. You guys are
offensive.
You guys are more dry and less absurdist. That's the main difference. Like,
okay.
You know what I mean? The British are very absurdist in their humor. You guys are very dry.
Interesting.
That's the main one.
God sees her for her defamation.
You know what I mean? And my family, like, we're all like we're old world Catholic on both sides, so it's very like in your face, like very. Nicole's like, your family is very warm. I was like, is that the word for like kind of like in your face and annoying? like no boundaries whatsoever. like, so maybe, but you know. We've met each other's family. They haven't met each other because of the difficulty in moving around. Anyway, yeah, I'm good. My wife is out traveling right now. We have a friend visiting, so I'm all alone. Everyone thinks I'm divorced. I'm so lonely, but she'll be back tonight, so it's fine.
No.
I'm fine.
Radical is having some tech issues. Speak, Radical. Say something only Radical would say.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, because the sound keeps cutting out for me, and I'm like, oh no. So yeah, I don't know.
I'm not hearing any audio disturbance, so you know.
No, it sounds totally normal to me.
Oh my god.
I think you're just going crazy, actually. I think maybe there's something wrong with your brain and your ears.
No, it was showing me the shoddy Wi-Fi symbol, but
No.
No, a mental issue.
No, we
They're
don't need to
after me.
gaslight people.
Yes, we do.
You've always been like this, right?
Obviously.
Don't be mean to me. So, well, the Wi-Fi is working for me for now.
Excellent. Excellent.
We should dive in. What do y'all think of when we talk about polyamorous people?
Bad smell.
Ugly people. Unfuckables.
I don't know if
is what I call them.
What are you going to say, Dylan?
Oh, I was like, I don't think my was loud enough on audio.
Is that what you think of poly people?
Yeah.
You're so articulate, darling.
Mm-hmm.
Aesthetically challenged individual.
Yes, that leads me to I want to share this iconic TikTok that's been
I
making
think I know the one. Oh, I think I know the one.
So
Maybe I did. Okay.
Like that. I'm being
No, because what do you mean by that?
like, I'm sorry to dunk on another
Why do you think
person,
open
but
relationships always look like that. I'm being
Yep. I agree.
What do you mean by that?
okay, that was my
The guy popping up in the green screen. I think that's the one thing I enjoy about like TikTok short form videos, the way like people, the art of like cutting into them.
Yeah.
Very
I know,
layering.
it's so
Layers.
good. Oh my god.
Also, Radical, I think in preparation for this, my TikTok stream has now like, do you want to look at all this like open relationships and polyamory things? And I was like, no, I don't. Fuck off.
They knew you were. They knew you were gonna be here.
Yeah, like in preparation.
Wow.
Make sure you hate. Are we on them again? Fuck's sake, it's always them.
Yeah.
Them publication. Oh, have we lost you again, Radical?
Is them over yet? Is this gone yet? Or is this still happening? Is this publication still
I think-
publishing new things?
I think Radical always just does an archive of them just in case they disappear, so that you can always see them.
But
We're
they're
not hearing
still
you,
there?
Radical.
Uh-oh,
Come back to
Radical
us.
silence now.
All right, our stream. So what we're gonna do? I will put a pool table over there and a water side over here.
Did the idea of reading this article just silence Radical?
She,
Scared
yeah,
her off. Yeah, she was
the
like, you know
demons
what?
are getting her.
I'm gonna banish
indeed.
myself.
The realist pointed out. I've seen so many. Oh no!
Oh no! She's got rogue.
She's got rogue.
Shit.
She's on her own stream. No, come back.
And so she says,
Oh, Radical's loading.
"Oh, we got a webcam.
Okay,
Careful,
hold on, your
Radical."
webcam.
I
There
don't
you
know
go.
what to do. I'm not in my own home. The Wi-Fi is like kicking me off. Like it's
Could you hotspot your own phone?
maybe. I am
You want one of us to present the thing instead? That might be a little bit less taxing on your connection.
yeah.
We should be able to do that, I think.
I put the link in the Discord. Sorry, y'all,
Alright.
but oh my
Yeah,
god.
that's okay. Did you want
Who
to
wants
share
to
your
do it?
screen, Nana?
Oh, yeah.
I'm volunteering you. Tag you're it. Shuddy not.
Let
I
me-
touched my nose first.
Okay, let me try. Because I have a Mac and sometimes it has weird permission things.
You're
Mhm.
good. You're good.
I don't even know.
I have so many things open. Let me.
Yeah, this freaking Wi-Fi.
There we go.
Misogyny never sleeps.
No, it doesn't. Oh. All right.
Oh, do we have it
Nana.
open? Is that working? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yes.
she's tech genius. Woo!
Let me
Applause
see.
for
Do we
Nana,
need this
please.
Yay,
Bigger.
Nana.
We
This
got
way.
you.
Fucking hell.
They call it. Oh god, that's funny. Does this look okay? Do you want to make text bigger
Yeah.
or smaller?
No, it looks alright.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks fine. Thanks, Nana. I'm
No worries.
Now I'm all discombobulated. Yeah.
No, it's okay.
Her
Deep breath.
bobulated. You're fine.
Not her bobulator.
Not her bobulator. Get it back in order. That one.
Well,
Recombobulate yourself right now.
yeah, hopefully it will hold up for me, but yeah, I'm nervous now.
Did you still want to be the reader?
Yeah, I still will. Or
Okay.
if anyone else wants to, you can. But I'm
Shut
happy
up.
to do so.
Yeah, I don't
Don't
want to do
wanna
that. You can read it.
Okay. But yeah, Expired Milk asks, there's a they them publication. Yeah, there's this website called Them, and it's all like super queer stuff, and that's where I find all of the gold for streams.
There's so much bad shit in this.
Yes. Okay. So the do's and don'ts of polyamorous relationships.
Okay.
You don't need to rush into polyamorous dating to do it right. Sarah Youngblood Gregory, author of the Polyamory Workbook, tells us
God.
how to be intentional about ethical non-monogamy.
I'm already having thoughts.
Yeah.
The fact that you need a fucking
Yeah.
workbook.
Yeah.
Hop in anytime with anything.
Maybe.
Okay, so from The View to Willow Smith opening up with her mom to House Hunters, where, yes, a featured throuple went in search of a master bathroom with
3 sinks? No, radical.
Oh, radical. Oh, no.
No. Oh, are you back?
Nana, would you? Am I gone again?
Yeah,
You're
back
here now.
Fucking hell!
You were gone for a second, then you came back. It's fine. It's fine. We're doing
Would
it.
you-
On me.
Yeah, I was
Do
just
it.
gonna ask if you would zoom the text a little bit.
Let me see if that
How
that looks. I can do a bit more.
So
zoom
master
in.
bedroom with 3 sinks, because you all gotta wash your hands at the same time. They won't though, because they're polyamorous and they're stinky.
That's where they take their showers. Thank you.
Gross.
They just dip a little tissue in there, dab it here and there. Shower done.
Ugh.
So gross.
You know
So-
it's gross, but it's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perhaps it's more accurate to say that polyamory is having a cishet moment.
I hate that. I hate that. Shut up.
You mean like the
No.
thing that it's kind of always been? Like, you know, like, because it's mostly been practiced by heterosexual men having multiple wives.
Yeah.
That's already the norm. It's already like that.
Yeah, Mormon vibes. But
Yeah.
okay.
Bus here.
It's having a Mormon moment.
Yeah, but if you tell them it's like polygamy, they freak the fuck out and go, no, it's very different.
Yeah. And also the Mormons like to deny it too. They're like, no, we didn't do that. I'm like, I think you did.
They're like, no, we only did it because our God said it was okay, but then he's like changed his mind and he said it was
Because
okay.
we
so
looked
we're
in a
like, okay,
hat
never
and
mind.
it said something or something. Like,
Yeah.
the Mormons are fucking crazy.
They are crazy.
A cishet moment, my God. Okay. Queer people have long normalized non-monogamy. Some 75% of surveyed lesbian, gay, and bi people told Pew Research Center that they were accepting of open marriages last year, versus just 33% of all adults.
Doubt.
Okay, hold on. Remove the gay men, because you know how they be. And then
Yeah.
remove the bi people. And then if you just look at the lesbians, like that number's got to be way lower.
Yeah.
That's the missing 25% of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, no, we're good. It's all like because you know what? That's the thing. Here, let me just point this out real quick. It's these polyamorous, straight, queer, unfuckables calling themselves polyamorous. And gay men are just like, we're married, but we can fuck other dudes. And they're just like, cool. You know what I mean? Like, it's not an identity. They don't have to have a sink for this dude. Like,
Yeah. You can use the sink that's already there.
they can share a sink or whatever because they're already going to be sharing wieners and buttholes and stuff. So they're not like concerned about all of that.
God.
Just like,
A little
like
bit of
it's
water
not that
to share is
complicated.
fine.
Yeah, they're not that complicated about it. They're like, this is not part of my identity or blah blah blah. Like, I'm gonna have a husband who I love and we have a stable thing with, and then we're also gonna sleep with other dudes if we want or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, and that's, if that works for them, it seems to, for a lot of couples I know, they kind of, you know, they low key do this stuff, but they both know about it or whatever. And I'm just like, all right. But they're not these unfuckable
Strange,
weirdos
but
where
none of
just-
my business.
yeah, it works for gay men. It seems like they seem to like be able to have this like long-term loving relationship, and then these like sexual things on the side, I guess. So like, fine, I guess if it works for them, but like, it's not the same as this polyamory thing where it's like, oh, we're all gonna be all sweaty and bring the child to daycare together or whatever. Like, it's
And my
you know
name
what I
is
mean? Like,
Leaf, and his name is Sock, and
Yeah.
like
and we all have pronouns that we change every day depending on who's sleeping with who or whatever. It's like, dear God.
yeah, and they talk about it like so transactionally, like, oh, I get like my emotional well-being from Sock, and I get I go on dates with Brick, and
I go grocery shopping with
yeah,
With
like
Leaf.
exactly.
Leaf, yes. And
And
if
what's
I
so
want
funny-
communication, I'm still looking for a fifth who's going to be able to communicate.
I want someone who can take me on coffee dates, but we don't do anything sexual. So you want a friend?
Yeah.
No.
No,
the
darling,
thing
that's
with all
queer
these-
platonic.
Dude, all these
Um,
like polyamorous things, it's always just straight, and then they're like, oh, but when it comes to me and same-sex member of the same polycule, we're really just about emotionally supporting each other through this traumatic abusive relationship we're in. It's just like,
Yeah.
so you're just straight women bonding over this like traumatic thing you're doing to yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally, they're always just a bunch of straight people who pretend to be sort of into the other person, but it's like, oh, but it's queer platonic, blah blah blah, you know.
Mhm.
God.
I had a coworker who was married, and it was an open marriage, but he was like, no, it's not polyamory because we just sleep around, so it's an open marriage, very different. And I'm like,
Sounds like polyamory to me.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, sounds like the same shit.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I even think that's different though. You know, when you have like those straight couples who are like, oh, we're swingers or whatever. They're kind of like, they're like, oh, we're gonna move in Jessica from down the street and we're gonna like bring her to Timmy's tap recital. Like, you know what I mean? They're kind of like,
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like the way he explained it was like open marriage is like just about sex, where polyamory, you want more than sex in
Okay.
the relationship.
yeah, like it becomes a part of your queer identity. Like, it has to be like everyone has to care about it and like talk about it, and like whereas swingers and like these gay men's sort of situations, just like we have our like loving stable relationship and then we have sex on the side because we are freaky deaky, and it's like, okay, well, I can sort of understand that more than this polyamorous nonsense.
What is this? Anna 62301 excusing gay men while reaming women of any stripe is pretty fucked up. When did we do that?
No. I mean, like if lesbians want to do that too, like I don't get it quite myself, but I'm like, okay, I'd be like, all right, I can see that sort of. If you're like, okay, we want to have this loving, stable relationship, but then we're also gonna like, you know, sleep around or something. I'm like, well, if that works
Yeah.
for you, that makes a lot more sense to me than this. Like, oh, we have Brick who does laundry, and then it's like, is this a factory or are you like, what is
Yeah.
this? Like, everyone has like, it's so bizarre.
Yeah, I remember hearing from like I feel like it's kind of a biased source because it turned out she was like a fucking polyles, but I was doing like some gardening work for a polyles for a while, and she like was around in the 70s, and she was like, you know, like lesbian communities weren't immune to like the free love shit where everyone was like dating everybody, but also you know, she wasn't actually a lesbian, so
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But, I mean, I've known lesbians who like, you know, they've got their like stable thing, but then they'll go to like a women's land event and like, oh, there's an orgy. I'm like, okay.
oh
Well, I don't have much to say about that. I'm not gonna like, I'm like, okay, well, if that works for you, that seems fine, I guess.
yeah.
You know, but it's not like, oh, and then we're gonna bring home all the 17 women to our house and we're gonna
Yeah.
get 17
And
sinks
all
and everyone have one
and all
specific thing they do in this
convinced-
relationship.
and like convinced like, oh, like monogamy is just bad and like it's patriarchy, it's actually better for like all us women to be dating this one guy, we're so free.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I keep telling you so that.
Yeah, like it's not for me, but like I can sort of get that more than I get it like these you know, polycule type things.
Sorry, I'm just getting messages from Radical. She's like still getting only every 5 words.
No.
I'm asking her if she wants us to like keep reading while she figures out how to hotspot her phone, or if she wants us to wait.
Yeah. Good to check.
Jeep Wrangler. I don't even know other lesbians in real life. How do they find 17 women to bring home? Well, they don't find lesbians.
Yeah. I mean, if you go to a women's land, well, back when there was a women's land event, then you would meet a lot of lesbians that you could potentially bring home. But you shouldn't. That's too many.
Yeah. I really don't see the appeal.
I don't see the appeal. I can sort of get it though. People are like, oh, well, I have this like loving, stable thing that we're building a life together, and then we have sex with random people on the side or something. I'm like, okay, I guess if that's what you're gonna do.
Anna says, so recreational sex is fine, but developing relationships isn't. How is that empowering? Are you having like trouble understanding what we're saying? And like empowering is not the thing. Relationships,
We're not talking about empowering.
Empowerment is a bullshit concept. Like it's an exchange of power. You actually have to get power from it. There's no like recreational sex isn't empowering, and relationships aren't empowering either. There's no power. You're not gaining power from it.
Yeah.
Learning to read is empowering because that can't be taken away from you. Or, like having stable finances is empowering. Or like finances that are independent.
Like an education that allows you to support yourself and to like, understand things that are happening in the world around you. Those are empowering things. But yeah, like
wearing certain clothes or dating certain people is not an empowerment thing. It's stupid.
Yeah, it's not about that. But like, I'm not saying, oh, you can't have friends. Like developing friendships and whatever, of course, is a good thing. But if you're like, oh, this complicated thing that we have to restructure society around, and it's going to be changing every week depending on Leaf's pronouns or whatever, it's like, well, I don't think that's actually very good for society or a stabilizing force whatsoever.
Yeah, no. Are you back with us, Radical?
Am I?
Yeah,
yes.
sounds like
it. Yeah, we can hear you. Did you hotspot your phone?
I just figured out how to hotspot my computer to my iPhone. So
she's doing it. She's so empowered right now.
I hope it works.
See, now she has the knowledge to hotspot her phone. She's empowered.
Yeah. She has the power to be here in this chat and not be gone.
Yeah. I have missed so long.
That's right. We've been holding the line. We have read more.
Yeah, we don't believe in reading. Just kidding.
Yeah, you're in our queer platonic relationship. You do the reading and we listen.
Story time.
Well, see, before you came along, me and Nena were just like, "What does this say?" I don't know. I don't read.
I don't know. I can't. I do not and will not read. And that
looking for a third. Looking for a third who can read
time stories.
Okay, well, geez.
Anyway, we can get back to it.
No, thanks for putting up with all my troubles.
You're all good, Queen.
But where are we even?
I think it's with all the extra attention.
Yeah, because you were saying you read the statistic about like how many lesbian, gay, bi people apparently like are accepting of open marriages. Also, don't know like if they like mean like, oh yeah, I can like be around people who are in open marriages, and they're like, oh yes, I'm actively engaging in an open marriage.
Yeah,
very vague.
Yeah, what does it mean
statistic.
accepting? Yeah, what does it mean accepting? Like accepting the idea is like okay to them, or they want to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I accept people who don't like pineapple on pizza.
Doesn't mean you're gonna do that.
Yeah, it doesn't mean I'm gonna have a pineapple-less pizza.
All right. Well, now that I'm here, finally. So, with all the extra attention, one hopes the 77% of Americans who aren't open to open relationships might consider the tools and benefits non-monogamy can offer all relationship styles.
Are you okay, Dawn?
Okay. No.
Are you holding your comment? You can say what you want.
It's like some 75% of like
gay people, LGBT,
alphabetic soup, and then it's just like, oh, but 77% of Americans don't agree, and so it's like,
I guess,
how small is your like? Is it just like you and your 5 mates, and you're like, 3/4 of us agree, so I'm going to put this in this article.
Yeah,
yeah. And also, it's probably mostly the BTQI blah blah blah.
Yeah, I noticed they didn't mention them. They didn't mention what trans think of open relationships. Is it almost like they accept that trans is not a sexuality?
That's offensive.
That's pretty transphobic of them. The company.
That's true. They only said lesbian, gay, and bi. I guess though, like in
They
fairness,
didn't even include ace people. What? This is ace phobia.
Wow. Cancel them. Write them a letter right now.
Yeah. Okay. I'm writing to my congressmen.
Congress them.
I'm writing to my congress them.
Congress them. So still, if you're new to non-monogamy, you might feel overwhelmed when you first dive in. There are many different types of non-monogamy, which is an umbrella term that can encompass polyamory, relationship anarchy.
What does that mean?
Wow.
Is that just when you're single?
Open relationships, swinging,
I've been
and
in this
more.
umbrella.
Okay, so they have thought about swinging. All right.
Okay, I wouldn't say. I mean, I guess, yeah. In a way, of course, they're related. I guess similar, but it's just less insufferable because also they keep it to themselves. I don't have to hear about it, and they're usually more attractive, so it makes it less gross. You know, they don't look like that, like in the TikTok. They're just normal people.
Oh my god.
There's also no one way to be non-monogamous. Just like there's no one way to be queer. Fall in love or plant a garden. Well, if you fucking put, radioactive oil in your garden, it's not going to grow anything.
Yeah.
So there are actually ways.
There's not one way to plant a garden, but there are many ways to not plant a garden.
Yeah.
And there are many ways to not be queer. For example, being in an opposite sex relationship in any form. That is so really you have to be in a same-sex relationship. There's really just one way to be queer.
Yeah.
Although they try to pretend that they are whatever. It's, like my boyfriend is shorter than me, so I'm in a queer relationship or whatever. My boyfriend has longer hair than me, so we're in a queer relationship. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ. Can't with these people.
Or my boyfriend is 3 months younger than me. I guess I'm in a queer relationship.
Oh my god, yeah.
That is
Have
so
mercy.
queer. Oh my god. I can't even imagine that. Can you? Oh, society is quaking.
Ballistic says, I see some power in women who have multiple men because historically it's the opposite, but also I pity them for having to deal with that many guys at the same time. And also that sounds fucking dangerous. Like just inviting more sexual predators, like or more, the high, the sex that is more likely to sexually predate on people, on women into your home. Like, don't even have one fucking boyfriend. Kill him. Face the wall. I don't see the power in it. Like, it's not a reversal that works because she hasn't actually gained any power. It's the same way,
like the more men that are around, the more exponential the risk increases. Like, a woman with one man is already at risk of exploitation and violence just by the nature of a man's size and strength. A woman with two men around, or three, or however many male partners, like the risk of danger to her only increases significantly with each.
Yeah. Do you guys ever see that? Like, it made the news in some places, and then everyone was like clowning on it for a while. It was like this woman who had, I think it was like 4 guys in this polycule,
right? And they didn't know who the dad was of the baby.
Yeah, and then the baby was being abused, I think sexually.
Great.
And a bunch of them went to jail, and I think one of them murdered another one. One of the guys murdered another guy or something. Like, it was like, it got really bad.
Relationship anarchy?
I think so.
Yeah. Basically, it's like, who knows who will abuse your baby? It could be any of them. How wonderful. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and this is like, how is that going to work?
As well.
Yeah, how's that going to work when like you're getting the child's like medical history? It's just like, oh, we just don't. It could be any of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I had
bad times
come up, and it was like 2 straight couples, and they were both married, and then they decided to like combine so that they could all sleep with each other, like opposite sex. So like the wives would swap husbands, kind of thing. And then it's like they got pregnant, and they're like, we're not gonna find out who the baby is because like legally we have to put our husband on the birth certificate anyway. So we won't find out until like that child wants to know or something medical happens. And I'm like,
kids.
Oh my god,
dear God,
don't bring kids into it.
Yeah, seriously, don't bring kids into it. If you're gonna do this shit, like, don't bring kids into it. Like, come on. it's like I don't really care if people are just gonna do this on the lows. Like, okay, as long as I don't have to see it or hear it or smell it, like I don't really care. It's just like the polyamorous people make it your problem. You know what I mean? They're like always in your fucking face about it. Like, leave me alone. I don't want to talk about your 15th polycule member.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Look at Lefty's comment.
Oh, what?
I had a coworker that got pregnant from polying around. She used her pregnancy to make fetish content on OnlyFans. Then she and her wife found a different man to join their marriage and father a second kid.
Oh,
Gross.
God.
What were you going to say, Mrs. Rusty?
You were just like stunned for a second.
My brain was like, fuck. In my job, I don't know whether I should say my job.
No, like you work with clients
people, and like they're the first to tell you when they're in a poly relationship.
Of course.
I don't give a shit. I'm just doing my job. But
it's like, ma'am, this is a Wendy's. How many chicken nuggets do you need? Like, is it 5 or 10? Just move on.
I
need 10 because my polycule.
Yes,
At the supermarket, I just need green beans.
I'm just trying to pay.
But the poly people are trying to figure out which one vegetable they'll all agree to eat together.
It happens when you get a 20 polycule.
Yes.
It's a buffet at that point. Just a bit of everything.
God. Okay, so there's also no one way to be non-monogamous. Just like there's no one way to be queer, fall in love, or plant a garden. This freedom to grow and create is exciting, but can also be intimidating. It can take a lot of trial and error to know how to make non-monogamy work for you. The thing about like there being not one particular way to be queer, it's like, yeah, we know that you are
unfortunately.
Not like there is only one way to be a gay person or to be a woman.
Yeah,
like those
we know
things
you've
are
worded this slur so
rigid.
you can feel vindicated in using it. We know. We know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Will you scroll, Nina? Thanks.
Yeah.
To get
She's
started.
the scroller in our polycule.
Yeah.
God.
To get started, it's helpful to think in broad strokes, which is where the do's and don't lists come in handy. When I wrote the Go ahead.
They just said there was no right way or wrong way. Here's a do's and don'ts list.
Oh, yeah, you're right, baby.
They're both right and wrong ways, apparently. Specifically, here they are in the list. Dear God.
I found some of the most helpful advice I gave wasn't bogged down in theory or nitpicking over types of non-monogamy. Rather than thinking of these do's and don'ts as prescriptive or restrictive, think of each as an opportunity to clarify, consider, or challenge your core values around relationships, polyamory, and how you want to show up for love. Use each as a prompt for personal reflection and eventually as a conversation starter with loved ones.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I'm just picturing like sitting down with like your mum and being like, so I've read the polyamorous workbook and it said to start conversations with loved ones.
Now I had to know, now you have to know.
Now you have to know why I have 4 girlfriends.
Oh God.
And we're gonna get right into it, Mom. Like, I was like, please, why? What have I done wrong? What
have you ever heard of a lesbian throuple or quadruple or whatever? Like,
no,
I personally never have. I've heard of gay men and like bisexuals, mixed sex ones, but I've never heard of an all lesbian polyamory thing.
No, we could because we commit too hard to one.
Yeah, we commit on like the 3rd date. We're moving in. We're getting married. Like,
yeah.
I think Rusty helped me move house on the 3rd date, and the 6th date I was moving in with you.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 of our dates will be helping you move to a different house and then moving in with me.
And then you guys just moved again.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
We're getting much more settled now.
Yeah.
Good.
It's been good.
It has
Good.
been. Need more bookcases.
yeah, you need to do something to commit harder now that you're already married.
Mrs. Rusty has how many books do you have, sweetheart? Do you wanna confess?
Are we including your little section?
No, we're just including your books, darling.
Okay, so the ones I've scanned into my
No,
app,
how many books do you have, darling?
over 2,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's
Let me in there.
actually
I'm never leaving.
it actually classifies as a library, but we had
Twice
to
over.
ditch some of the bookshelves that she was keeping them because they were made out of like chipboard. They wouldn't have survived like the move. They would have got like just torn apart in the truck.
Think
So
the IKEA Billy bookcases you see everywhere.
yeah, really cheap ones. So we're looking for like good wooden ones. So right now there's just like boxes of books everywhere. Darling, you've got fans in the chat with how many books you have. 2,000.
Rusty is very nice of letting me turn things into like a library, like
And a second library.
whether it be our bedroom or like I have not taken over your office.
Thank you, darling.
Oh, actually.
Yeah, there's some of your books up
Yeah. Scrap that.
They're just visiting. They're going on a walk.
there. And how many of those 2,000 books have you read, darling? You can't plead the fifth because we're not in America.
No, like a fair chunk.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a few hundred that I haven't read.
Uh-huh.
Just a casual few hundred.
Yeah. And when are you going to read them, baby?
You know, this isn't about me. This stream is about polyamory, not my book addiction. This isn't an intervention, guys.
Gosh. Okay, let's go. So do get clear on your why. For anyone interested in polyamory, and even those who are already deep in the practice, getting clear on your why is one of the most foundational steps in your non-monogamous journey. Your why is exactly what it sounds like. The reason you are polyamorous, or at least committed to exploring polyamory. This sounds simple, but it's actually a question many struggle to answer.
All right. It sounds like those motivational speakers that are trying to like get you into a pyramid scheme. It's like you've just got to have a strong why.
Right, exactly.
Like that's what it's giving. It's giving. I was promised this timeshare at a resort, but I have to listen to the seminar first.
Everyone has their own reason, but your why should be specific to you and wholly dependent on you. This means you should want to explore for a more fundamental reason than just having a fun time, pleasing someone else, or saving a relationship. Instead, imagine the life you want for yourself. Maybe you see polyamory as a way to build community and take care of others. Maybe it feels important to you to decenter romantic relationships or the nuclear family.
Polyamory as in amorous, as in romantic, but you want to decenter romantic. What is that?
Okay. By having more of them.
Have friends.
Well, it's because
by having more of them.
They're all fucked up and they can't stand genuine, real, actual intimacy. Like, and I don't mean sexual, but I mean like emotional connection. And so they have to decenter it all and just be like cool and aloof and poly.
Yeah, it's like I have these like parcel, tiny little bits of intimacy I share with people. It's like, this is the person that I watch movies with. This is the person I wash dishes with or whatever. Like they never become fully committed or like devoted to one person. So like they've decentered actual real romance from their lives.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think they don't want to put in like work into a relationship of like, oh, we don't agree. Cool. I'll just get another person who does agree with me.
So I'm going to empower you with the argument.
It's like they're trying to build that ideal person of like, I like with this multiple... from you, this from you, and I like that from you. Like that's what it feels like to me. Of like, they just can't commit.
Absolutely.
So, like, or even like self-reflection of themselves of like what they actually are looking for.
And what do they bring to a relationship?
Yeah, like what are they bringing to the table?
That way they're never held.
Relationship. Yeah,
the standards that they're held to are extremely low, and there's nothing much expected of them. Like they don't actually have to be a good partner. You know, like I'm just the one that you wash dishes with. You know, so like they don't have to do anything to anyone really.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not into giving like affirmation or listening to how your day at work was. You have to go speak.
That's
to
not
Sock.
me.
That's not. I don't do that.
We've got our first like don't. Oh, what?
Okay.
I like Lamb's comment. Maybe in their logic, three threes out of a 10 is a 9. there's that as well. I think that's part of it for them.
Mm.
So the first don't rush in.
Rush in.
First-hand experience is one of life's best teachers, of course, but by no means should you expect to go from securely monogamous to an orgy-loving polycule overnight. You're allowed to go at your own pace, especially for monogamous.
What if your pace is overnight orgy-loving polycule?
Wow.
See, maybe this is where they're going wrong, because it seems lesbians do rush in, and it seems to work for us.
It's true.
True. So especially for monog couples opening up for the first time, it's wise to opt for a trial period or baby steps.
I'm gonna half suck this guy's dick. That's what they say.
Oh my god.
I'm like, that sounds wise, my dear.
Thank you for communicating that with me.
Thank you for communication. What? Like,
yeah.
Sorry, everyone. That was very gross, but I just
face the wall.
Can you imagine? Disgusting. Oh,
Ugh.
But it was funny, so I had to say it.
I just can't imagine like being with someone who like. I feel like it's always like, okay, so you opened your marriage. It's like, who's the one who wanted to open it, and who's the one who's like putting up with it? You know.
It's usually that. There's usually.
Yeah, and I had a coworker who had an open marriage.
Yeah.
And it's just like so the wife wanted to know all about like his encounters, but he didn't want to know about any of her encounters.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's like someone's kind of like just getting off on the idea.
Right, because like the guy was getting with other guys and the girl was getting with other girls.
It made for an interesting Christmas party.
I bet. Because one of their thirds was there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It was our other coworker who was also their roommate, and it was just,
I've seen a few Reddit posts where it's like, my husband wanted to open the relationship and now he's jealous that I'm getting lots of dates and he's getting none.
Yeah. Oh yes, I've seen a couple of Reddit stories like that. I've seen a few like that, and where they're like upset.
It's just.
Yeah, I just can't imagine like wanting to stay with us, like, because to me it's just like, okay, you want to open the marriage, so you're not getting what you want from me, so should we even really still be together? You know, that would just be my thought.
Yeah.
Like, if you're just...
I'm too batshit crazy to open this shit up. Me and my books are enough.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh no, don't touch my books.
I'm allowed to read them under supervision.
But you lose privileges when you bend the spine.
How are you meant to not bend the spine? You gotta open the book to look at the pages,
No,
darling.
you don't need to flip this. Anyway.
Not even allowed to dog-ear the pages.
Oh. No, you can't do that. That's obvious.
No.
I do it on my own books.
I'll get my own books and I'll dog-ear all the pages. That's right now.
But I told Rusty's mother she wanted to read like books as a family when we were.
Oh yeah, she wanted to read Harry Potter as a family.
Yeah, but I stopped Harry Potter night because they were not respecting my Harry Potter books.
Yeah.
And I was like, no.
I thought you were gonna say pronouns.
Oh my god, no. No, they would like split them like full page spread wide open.
Yeah, and then flip it back to the back page, so the back page, like the left-hand side was on the right-hand side, and they were just holding the front page, and it was turned over.
Oh.
And like every few seconds, like, because my mom wanted to like read a book and then watch one of the movies, and like she did not pay attention to what the fuck was happening in the book. So like we'd have every session had to like be like, okay, and so do you remember what happened last time? No. All right, so this is
we
what
took
happened.
a 5-minute toilet break.
Yeah, and she'd be like, she'd stop in the middle of like dramatic scenes, like, does this happen in the movie? Does this happen? I can't wait to see how they do this in the movie. Does this happen in the movie? It's like, and then she watched the movie and she was just like, and I'm like, what did you think? She's like, I don't really remember. She did not know what was going on.
Yeah.
Aww.
I'm like, do you not remember this character? No. She just liked Snape. Every time Snape was on, she's like, oh, Snape.
Have mercy.
Yep.
Meanwhile, my mom.
She wanted to fuck Snape.
She didn't want to do Voldemort.
He doesn't read books in English. So.
Oh.
So that was not my experience growing up.
Well, your Oma has
Interesting.
tried to give me Dutch books,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
it's like,
Yeah, she's like, you don't read Dutch.
no. And she's like, but I found it at the library.
Then give it to me.
Yeah. We'll return it.
No, not this. People finding Snape's actor hot. Not this.
Aw.
Not
Okay,
this.
let's continue.
Okay.
You should all be in a polycule with my mom, guys. Who
So-
Snape enjoys.
Doesn't believe in the moon or whatever.
Yeah. No, the moon is alive. She believes it's
Right.
there. She just believes it's like living and breathing.
Right.
And that Snape is attractive. So, you know, same level of delusion.
Some interesting beliefs on your mom's side.
Yeah. Sorry, Radical.
No, it's okay. So, one in their don'ts is focus on the fundamental skills that make relationships work: communication, honesty, accountability, and reliability, rather than rushing into new romantic or sexual relationships. Remember, you have all the time in the world to date and explore. If you can avoid the temptation to rush in, you're more likely to have the skills you need to adapt to new situations, prioritize joyful connections, and spare hurt feelings along the way.
Hmm.
And you need to scroll.
No.
Scroll, woman.
I'm
Whoops.
pondering.
Whoops.
I'm pondering
Whoops.
these horrible things.
Do consider logistics.
Your ultimate guide to a non-monogamous Valentine's Day.
Wow.
Queer experts told us how to build a Valentine's Day game plan. I would rather
How to
die.
honor all your loves in only 24 hours.
I would rather die than do that. So, anyway, do consider logistics.
There's a running joke among polyamorous people. When you're polyam, you're mostly in a relationship with your calendar. This is, of course, meant to be cheeky, but there's a grain of truth. There are so many logistical aspects to consider: time management and planning, work-life love balance, birthdays and anniversaries and holidays, commutes, long-distance relationships, cohabitation, as
You're
well
not
as
selling me on
budgeting for
it.
dates and different financial commitments that can arise. Having a good handle on polyamory's more practical skills, like creating a budget, maintaining a calendar, and creating space to take care of yourself, can help keep you organized and present in your partnerships. If you're not sure where to start, set aside time every week to prioritize your needs, wants, and goals, and plan for regular check-ins with your loved ones.
Like, you're signing up for like a fucking job. This is none
right.
of this sounds appealing.
And you know, it's always the women who are going to be the ones actually like taking care of, like, you know,
Yeah.
making
Oh, yeah.
doctor's appointments, giving your
And
mother-in-law
birthdays and-
a birthday
and-
present.
Where does
getting a job
fit into that count?
They
Well,
don't have time.
you know.
Too busy half sucking dicks or whatever to get jobs.
Oh my god.
Like, they're like, oh, I don't have time to get a job. It's Brick's birthday in 2 weeks. Like, my God.
Sounds stressful indeed. So
Like,
don't.
also, why is it?
No.
Oh, I was saying, there's like, and long distance relationships. Why the fuck are you trying to do long distance as well as having people local? It just,
Right?
Yeah. You're like,
What
you know,
is
the
that?
long distance person is just going to be left to the wayside. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
That's just a friend
Mm.
who you occasionally
just
send
like-
nudes to, apparently.
That's an
Yeah.
online friend. Yeah, it's like an online friend that you tell weird things to, which is like any
Yeah.
online friend, really.
So don't
Like what?
focus on rules. For polyam
Okay.
veterans and newbies alike, it's common to emphasize rules in a relationship dynamic. I mean, these people don't really seem like the kind to respect any kind of rules or boundaries. So
No, they'd be like, that's stifling me when you say that I can't, like, I don't know, cheat. I'm being stifled.
yeah. So while I understand the impulse, the desire to get clear about what is and isn't okay, rules can actually undermine a relationship and end up causing even more conflict. Rules are based on power differentials, as in, you can't do this because I say so. And if broken, rules imply the threat of punishment, as in, don't do this or else. I mean,
So BDSM.
like, yeah, like, what's.
God, baby, wrong
Um,
stream.
But boundaries aren't toxic. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, they're trying to make it seem like it's an abusive thing to be like, yeah, I don't want you to do this, because it would really hurt me.
Yeah, that's not
emotionally or
abuse.
whatever.
It's also interesting to me that they're like, oh, rules can undermine a relationship and cause conflict. Like, oh, you can't have conflict in a relationship. Heaven forbid you ever have conflict.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so you have to, like, because that's what this is all about. Like, oh, just little bits of enjoyment here and there. It's like, this is the person who I touch wieners with, or this is the person I watch a movie with. Like, it's all about like the most, what they think is convenient, comfortable, transactional, like conflict.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want that. It's like, oh, heaven forbid.
Yeah. Well,
It's
they
don't be
say
making sense.
a veto rule, for example, gives one partner the right to reject or veto another partner's lover. While rules like this are often meant to protect a partner from feeling threatened or jealous, these feelings can't be prevented, not by any rule or relationship structure. As a
Yeah, it's
result,
almost like it's just packaged into polyamory.
As a result, people end up feeling micromanaged, controlled, and misunderstood. Resentment, more often than not, is the result of rules.
That's why in life we should never have rules about anything.
I
Right.
think it's dating other people and then not being able to like, you know, have any sort of rules of like, okay, and then we get STD checks before we add another person, or I don't want
That makes
you
me feel
sleeping
really
with my best
invalidated.
friend, or
Yeah. Please don't sleep with my mom. It's like, no, that rule makes me really.
Please do not try and add my mom to the polycule.
It's like, wow,
Oh
you
my
really
dad.
feel you're
Yeah,
invalidating.
or my dad, or my uncle. I guess
Or
my
my
aunt is
cousins.
okay because she's not my
Speaking of-
blood.
Speaking of rules, we're getting in trouble here. Too many instances of penis, men, wiener, heteros being mentioned in this stream.
That's so true. I'm sorry, everyone, but this is a very male-heavy topic, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I blame Nena. Nena's going full hog.
I have been getting real gross. I apologize formally, everyone. I bow
He's
deeply.
not sorry.
I am sorry.
I
I'm
don't
so
believe
sorry.
you.
I believe
This
me.
is why
That
you
don't
aren't
count.
the apologizer in the polycule, because you suck at it.
I identify as what's the word when you feel sorry? Remorseful. There you go. I identify as remorseful, and that's what matters.
What's the word when you feel sorry?
I couldn't remember it.
That thing you do when you make a oopsie.
I couldn't remember it. Hey, I'm allowed to do like not remember words because I speak many more.
Maybe I speak all the languages. No.
No, she's gonna start
Oh my-
speaking Spanish at you. You will not survive.
Took a lesson in high
God.
school.
That's a lot. I love throwbacks.
The self-doming. I need to
Yeah.
self-dom myself into cleaning this living room. It is so bad right now because the wife is not here to like judge my goblin habits. So I really need to like self-dom it up after this.
This is why you're not the cleaning part of the polycule.
Not the cleaning part of the polycule. That is so true.
Are you
I'm like the
opting to be
jester.
cleaning part?
Well, I'm not allowed to veto it. See, like Radical and Nena said that I had to do the cleaning, and because we can't focus on like the rules, and they feel that it's very stifling when I'm like, can someone else clean the toilet this time? I don't want to like trigger them, so I do it.
Yeah. That's what we all agreed on
Well,
through non-rules.
well, I can't agree or disagree because I don't want to stifle anyone.
Yeah, we don't want any conflict. Thanks,
Yeah, I
everyone.
don't want to create conflict.
Yeah, we don't want to undermine this relationship.
Well, to avoid conflict, you could instead focus on shared values, realistic expectations, safety concerns, and commitments. Think about what you need, want, and can commit to. Then ask a loved one to do the same. Negotiate the details of those agreements. Get specific. Ask what-if questions and allow for context and flexibility. If something isn't working, revisit the conversation and adjust accordingly. Remember, rules reflect your fears. Agreements reflect your trust.
Okay, that's just a different word for rules, though. Can we be
Yeah,
real?
like,
You
you
played a little
reframing
word
it.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
you just played a word game. You called it something else, but it's literally the exact same thing. We decide on rules to follow together. Wow.
Yeah,
Do
crazy.
set up a support system, though. It can take time to
Don't
forge
need
a
to add more
solid.
people.
You won't get support in your fucking relationship, you know? So you need to have like an outside support system for this fucking polycule that you put yourself in.
I love this username, super evil red femme.
Hey, babe, I want to cheat on you, but I need you to agree. It's so true.
Plot twist: the speakers are in a polycule.
Yeah, we are in a polycule. It's all it's queer, platonic, except for Rusty and her wife who are married.
And you and your wife who are married also.
Yeah,
now?
but she's not here. She's not a speaker today.
Oh, okay.
She's never been a speaker. She doesn't believe in the internet. Y'all know this.
Yeah.
She's way too much of a grass toucher. I'm gonna get her on one of these one day. She's gonna be so.
She's
confused.
more normy than you, baby.
She's
More
so
normie than-
normal.
Yeah, she's very normy.
She'll be like, "What in
can respect
tarnation about all of this?" She won't know anything about all of these terms. She will not be understanding whatsoever. Someone asked her, like, "Did you move to Japan for anime?" She was, "What's an anime?"
Oh no!
She had no idea what they were talking about. It was so funny.
Wow.
Like, you know, things like Sailor Moon or Dragon Ball. She's like, none of that. I don't know what you're talking about. What moon?
You just saying
like,
words,
cartoons.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
she came home. She came home and she asked me, Nana, have I ever seen an anime? I'm like, what? Have I seen an anime? I'm like, anime? She's like, oh yeah, have I seen that? I'm like, well, you've seen like the Ghibli movies. You've seen some of those. She's like, oh, that's an anime. I'm like, yeah, I mean, technically, yeah. She's like, oh, someone asked me about that today. And I was just like, wow.
Oh.
You did not answer that question. Well, did you? She's like, no, I did not know what they're asking me.
She's touched so much grass. She's got like a field of immunity around her.
Honestly, sometimes it's amazing. Amine, she's very confused by what people talk to her about.
Rusty clears up a lot of words for me
Yeah,
because I'll come home and be like, someone said this. What does that mean?
yeah. Well, the fact,
And then I get the option of, do I want to know?
yeah,
or
it's like,
not?
are you sure you want to know, sweetie, or would you rather not? She's like,
Not no.
yeah, I want to stay
Yeah.
peaceful.
Yeah.
Like our fucking, because we've gotten a new doctor because we moved.
Mhm.
They put in the fucking in the you had to like choose a sexuality section. And they're like, which word best describes you? First, they had like heterosexual, homosexual, bisexual, gay, lesbian, queer, and pansexual, and fucking scoliosexual. You know the one where it's like you're only attracted to smart people? That was fucking in there.
Sapiosexual?
Whatever the fuck it was.
That's crazy on your doctor's like intake
Yes.
form.
I took
like-
a photo.
Yeah, and the
What does
fucking,
that have to do with your like with your medical
Yeah.
history? It's like, I only fuck if I like a brainy
Yeah.
or whatever. It's like, what?
And the nurse, she was, oh, bless her heart, total normie, because we were, you know, we go to each other's doctor's appointments. And she was like, oh, like, you're like a same-sex couple. Like, would you be able to, like, maybe I'm just not educated enough, but would you be able to explain, like, these terms to me? And I was like, yeah, that's all bullshit. It is just the three sexualities. It's whatever your like sex you're attracted to. And she was like, "Oh, okay. Oh, I really like that. That makes sense. Okay, I feel relieved."
Who you fucking? It should just say, who you fucking? That's what I would put on the form. Who you fucking? And you just circle. Like, there's two options of genitals. You can circle both or one, or you just put a big X through them. But you say, nah, I'm not fucking.
Yeah,
And then that's
just
what I would put on my form. if I
Have
was
no
a doctor.
game.
have no game.
I have no game. We're just not interested, which is fine. You know, like,
Yeah,
you know, I'm not trying to hit anything. Cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
my God.
but it was just like she was so confused, and then she was like so relieved, and she was like, "And like, how do you refer to like your relationship?" And I was like, we're wives. And she was like, "Oh, okay, so you just say like the normal words," and I was like, "Yeah, we're just normal." Like, don't
Yeah,
worry.
but like when she said, you just say the normal words, she raised her hand up to her mouth like, oh, I shouldn't say that.
And it's like, nah, it's fine, lady.
It is just the normal words.
Oh,
Salty
okay, that's what
apparently looked it up for
scoliosexual
us.
is. I thought that was the you're only attracted to smart people. But still, that's fucking stupid because there's still one sex or the other. So it's like, why does your doctor need to know if you're into extreme body mods? Like, or
Yeah.
extremely delusional people.
It's kind of like, is that when it's like, oh, I like body modifications with like tattoos, and it's like versus I like someone who's kind of like
Stretch their
surgically
earlobes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, and why does the doctor need to know that?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the sexuality one did help because we haven't been asked, and are you pregnant?
I was seeing her about a gynae issue, and she's like, "Do you have any plans to get pregnant, or can we just give you good painkillers?" And I was like, "I'd like the painkiller option, please."
Yeah.
I'll take the good drugs, thanks, bro. Like,
Please.
hook me up.
Oh my god.
Sorry, derailed that.
No, go for it. I don't care. We're almost done though, and then we can vibe.
Okay.
So, do set up a support system. Oh, we've already been here, right?
Yes.
We don't want to create one for them.
There's of course no end of books and online resources. My book, the Polyamory Workbook, is great if you're looking for something hands-on and LGBTQ plus friendly. But there's so many other resources from yada yada yada.
Shrimp teeth. Just have to. That's an obvious polycule name.
Honestly.
Chichi Luna. It's like, dear God, these people.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I love this last sentence of advice. Hit the apps for some new friendships.
Making new
Nobody's
friends
using the
polycule
apps for
thing.
friends.
No.
Is it okay
Having
if
friends
we push
is
them
polycule.
into the grass? Like, they just need to get outside. Maybe off a cliff. See if they swim.
Jesus, baby, so violent. I like it. Say more.
She's not taking well to the. She's not taking well to the topics. She's distressed. The normies cannot be exposed all at once, Rusty. You need to like gently introduce these topics one at a time. It is very
Brings it up in therapy.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I read an article and it was stupid.
It upset me because everyone in it was so dumb.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So part of being supported also means taking care of your mental and sexual health. At least there's some sense here. God. If you're
Okay.
able, I definitely recommend finding a savvy, experienced, non-monog therapist. Oh,
Because you're gonna fucking need it. Because you don't want a therapist who's like, look, I really don't think that this is a healthy relationship. You need someone who's going to enable that bit and be like, well, maybe
Mhm.
it's the feng shui in your house that's
You should
offsetting
tell-
your
You should tell
partners.
Shrimp Teeth that you should tell Shrimp Teeth that it's their turn to take out the trash and that you're sick of having to do it every time. It's all about communication. These people in the communication. Oh my god. Like
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce that comment you just put up, but
Completely.
yeah.
Come for me.
No, I am definitely the meaner one in the relationship. Like,
Yeah.
I'll be calling out shit. I'm that one who's like, no, fuck off. Like,
Yeah, she's like when there's like charity people at the the shopping malls and stuff. She always pulls me to the other side of her because I can't say no to those people.
yeah.
And you will like they'll be like, "Excuse me, ma'am," and you'll be like, "No."
Or I don't have time, or I'm not helping with your tax write-off.
Yeah, I know. So I feel so scared when she does.
Yeah. I don't take shit.
Like she's
Good
like,
for you.
to be fair, you were in your wheelchair when this happened, but like one of the charity people like just plopped down like their pamphlets into her, looked them in the eye, wheeled herself over to a rubbish bin, and ripped them up in front of them and put them in the bin.
Yeah. Don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, I'm the mean one for sure. Nicole is so much nicer than I am. I am so mean. Like, I'm absolutely the mean one.
I
I love it.
pretty mean, or I can be, but yeah, I can be mean if I need to
Yeah.
be.
Sometimes you just need to be. Someone's got to
Yeah.
be mean.
I had to
Depends on the
develop
situation.
like really thick, tough skin for the field I work in, so
Of course.
nothing faces me.
Yeah. At my job, I've told people to get the fuck out and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
my coworker's like, you can't do that. And I'm like, I just did.
Yeah. Yes, of course.
Seems like I can because I did. Weird.
Yeah. I'm not dealing with that shit. Goodbye.
I am able to, therefore I did.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Someone got to do it.
Someone gotta do it. All right. Don't forget about impact. Relationships are living, deeply rooted, and often fragile creatures. In non-monogamy, a space where emotions, commitments, and close-knit community can run deep, it's important to always remember our shared responsibility toward one another.
Wait,
All
did
right,
you read the
Shrimp
stuff
Tea,
about
get on.
STIs, or did we skip that
No, I skipped it.
bit? Okay.
Oh.
Oh, well.
Oh yeah, test
Yes.
test to make sure you don't have diseases.
Isn't that a rule? I thought
You-
rules were bad.
Rules are bad. I'm bringing my STDs to the table.
And like, what do you do if you have rules for yourself? Do you then have to self-dom?
Yeah, you do.
Self-dumb. For me, it's become increasingly common to hear the phrase, "Your emotions aren't my responsibility," thrown around. And while that's not wrong, people should have the skills to problem solve, regulate their feelings, and think critically on their own. It's also not quite right either. People do owe each other things. Especially, I thought you don't have to owe anyone anything, and you can fuck
No,
whoever
it's-
you want, and rules are a violation. And
So
Yeah,
what I'm
like
getting from
carrying
this article
connection is
is like,
bad.
It's like you can do whatever you feel, but don't feel, but make rules, but don't make rules, and let everything be free, but
So-
kind of have some boundaries.
this article, they can't even like stick to one thing. Like
Right.
they don't have clear thoughts in their head, and they're like, do it, don't do it, do it, don't do it. And
it's
like,
almost like they're trying to dodge any kind of criticism they
Mhm.
get.
yeah, it's like I feel your internal struggle while you were writing this because it comes out. It's pretty fucking obvious that you have no idea on what your stance on things are.
Yeah, don't want to please everybody.
They have poly opinions. It's like they have every opinion at once.
Ugh. Oh my God. Imagine you get AIDS and you don't know if your boyfriend, your girlfriend's sister, her non-binary, gender flux, queer platonic pal, or her trans gal, slightly male-attracted groomer did it. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Also, can I
Iconic.
just say, like, imagine. So I am married now. Thank you, everyone. Imagine saying to
congratulations.
my wife. It's been a long time. I just like to keep bragging. But imagine saying, "Your emotions aren't my responsibility," to your fucking wife.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Like, your wife is upset. She's like, "Your emotions aren't my responsibility." Like, can you
Meanwhile,
imagine the
like-
kind of people who are saying this?
When you took
Yeah.
wedding vows, didn't you agree to like cherish and take care of and honor your partner?
Love. Yeah, but it
I
didn't say I
love
had to be
it.
responsible for her feelings. It didn't say I couldn't
Okay,
be
my
an
bad,
asshole
my
to
bad.
her.
Yeah.
It didn't say I couldn't kick her down the stairs. Like it
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
say that. I
It was-
I
there was
specifically
no
made
rules.
sure that it didn't say
I
that.
can't imagine, Nana, if you went, no, you've had a rough day, you're trying to tell me about your feelings. Not my responsibility, wife. Fuck off. Like, what are you like that? Not gonna go over
Go
well, people.
Google a polyam therapist.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
look
go
at
Google-
shrimp teeth, idiot.
Go tell that to Shrimp Teeth and leave me alone. Lulu to Chi Chi or whatever can help you with that one, but not me. I'm not here to hear about your feelings. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Right? So, especially in intimate relationships where we're so often make commitments to care and accountability, it's important to understand the impact your actions have on other people. In
This
the
is
same
kindergarten level logic. Sorry.
I know.
I taught that to
Wow,
kindergartners.
Actions have consequences.
Do unto
Shit.
others what you want done to you. Wow, sharing is caring.
right.
Goo goo
Not the-
gaga.
Not the STD.
Sharing is caring.
When mommy covers her face, but then she takes her hands off her face, it's not that mommy left and came back. She was there the whole time. Let me
Are you
read this in my
sure?
new book, The Secret of the Do's and Don'ts of Peekaboo. I can't with these people.
In the same vein, it's important to approach all potential connections as full people, not as experiments, opportunities, or escapes. Even for people experienced in non-monogamy, it's not unusual to hear talk about pursuing a new relationship because someone needs more sex or needs a break from someone else.
Yeah, if you're
That sounds
telling
like
me
maybe
you
you
need a
shouldn't be
break from
together.
me- Yeah, if you like, that would just kill any like romance. It'd be like, yeah, I just need a break from you. Like, oh, okay, well, I think that's it then. Let's pack it in.
Yeah.
Like,
As I said in a recent interview, people aren't need-filling machines. Don't lose sight on the impact you have on others and your responsibility to lead with care, compassion, and consideration.
why does it feel like this article said nothing?
Like, quite literally nothing.
Yeah, like they didn't take any stances on anything. It didn't actually say any do's or don'ts, really. It just it kind of felt like a big ass covering, like, you know. Ew,
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? Yeah,
It's a
I can tell they're polyamorous. I can tell.
Exactly. I just looked up polyamory on Canva, and that's what I found.
Wow.
They look like they're from the fucking Fairly Odd Parents. They look like.
They do.
Timmy, are you sure?
I wish I had a second dad. Timmy was an average kid until his parents got in a polyamorous relationship. I know one
joined the polycule.
Mom and dad and the second dad.
I think when they sign up for being like in polyamorous relationships, they forego the soap. They're like, it's only monogamy. No more bathing.
Yeah, because
that's
that would
monog
be
thing.
a relationship that you have with soap.
Yeah.
Yeah, also regarding the pi symbol that the polyamorous community uses, I just looked it up. It says the pi symbol was chosen because pi is an irrational number with infinitely many decimal places, a play on polyamorous people having infinite love.
Yeah, I'm sure they're so enlightened.
But that's
Good times.
That's infinite STDs.
Yeah.
Bad times, man.
who feels
Bad
like their brain has
times.
just lost so many brain cells.
Like, I just don't, like, I feel like I've gotten, like not, like, negative information, but it's just, like, neutral of, like, I
Nothing.
didn't gain or lose anything.
Yeah.
I didn't,
go,
like,
girl, give me
baby's
nothing.
first argument where you don't have a proper stance.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, like, I might have learned, like, if I had never heard of polygamy or polyamory, I don't think I would, like, have walked away, like, any more sure about, like, how it works, you know?
Or whether it's good for me to try or whatever, like whether I can try this or something.
Yeah.
Good times. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, like I legitimately have never met a, like, I'm sure, like, when it comes to like gay couples who swing or whatever, I may have met them because they don't talk about it. Like, I don't know.
Mm.
Like, there's a lot of older couples that I've known, you know, have been around for a long time. I don't know if that was or is part of what they do because they don't talk about it. But when it comes to people who are like vocally like into this thing, I've never heard it go well. Is all I gotta say about that.
Yeah.
It's never lasted very long.
No.
This is killing me though. Imagine the daily conflicts within these households, like confronting Brick about eating your chips.
Yeah. And Shrimp Teeth is always late when it comes to paying their portion of the rent.
Yeah, like the financial thing, I guess
Their
maybe that's
portion.
the
Oh my God.
the one good bit. Like, okay, rent's a bit cheaper because you got 6 people under one roof.
Yeah, in this economy, I might have to get polyam with it, gals. I'm sorry. I can't, like, I don't think I'm ever going to buy a house unless I move in a few couples. It's not going to happen otherwise.
Well, let us know when you find a place in Oz, and we'll be one of the couples. We'll have a queer platonic polycule where we just
we're going to be
each
moving
other
into
in
your
the
place.
kitchen.
So hopefully that's fine. Because
yeah, you're right.
Perfect.
Yeah, honestly.
Thank you.
Hey, I got a house tour.
I have a library,
of Rusty's
so-
house.
Yeah.
They have the room.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be moving in then. Because we're
Yeah.
probably moving to that area, and I was looking at, like, it's so crazy right now in Australia to get a place, right? So
Oh,
I'll just
it's
move in
so
with you.
insane.
I'll live in the
It's
library.
Yeah.
Honestly, fair. You have to bring a couple bookcases so we can put more of the books up. That's
Yeah.
that's
I
the
can
agreement.
donate. That's
Yeah,
my
that's
transactional
another-
part of the polycule. It's fine.
Well,
Perfect.
It's not a rule. It's just
I'm
an
on board.
agreement. It's not a rule, just
Yeah,
an
it has-
agreement.
Just an agreement.
honestly, the rental stuff is really crazy right now. Like the place we moved out of was so awful. We only just got our bond back, and one of the things they were trying to get us for, I planted so many. I think I showed you pictures of it, Radical. Like so many flowers in that yard because it was just fucking a patch of dirt when we got it, and they were trying to claim that the flowers were trashed.
And they weren't happy that we planted grass.
Yeah,
Wow.
they did. Yeah,
That's BS.
they were like, "You did not leave it as we left it." It's like, I'm sorry. Do you want me to put the fucking termites back too?
Yeah.
You fucks?
And so I went, they were like, oh, we'll have to keep some of your bond. And so then I called again. And
Oh,
I
yeah,
was like,
she
no,
went.
I'm not done. I'm not talking to
The mean
you.
one.
I'm going to speak to your manager. Oh, yeah.
I was.
And so I was arguing and I was like, okay, cool. So you're going to reimburse me for all the things that I fixed to the property. You're going to reimburse me for this, and this. I've got an itemized list if you'd like, and I can send that through, and then you can pay that, and then you can keep my portion of the bond. And they're like, oh, we'll just call it even, shall we? And I'm like, sounds good.
Those fools have no idea that they're gonna wreck it with a mean lesbian.
No, they had no idea.
You're not fucking
They
with me.
cannot handle that.
Yeah, or like, I had to keep going back and forth. That I just,
Yeah,
like-
they were pretty wild.
nah.
And they bumped up the rent after we moved out because we were paying $380 a week for a house that was built in the fucking 70s, was falling apart because of termites. Half the doors didn't lock, no window screens, like the plumbing was atrocious.
We didn't have hot water for the first 2 months.
Yeah, God, that was
Oh
bad.
my
And like the
God.
bathroom didn't close, the stupid shower and all this shit.
Yeah.
And so we were paying $380 for this.
In a shitty neighborhood.
Yeah, in a shitty neighborhood where, you know, people ride go-karts down the street at night.
Mhm.
And when we left, they bumped it up to $450 a week. And nobody has, like, we keep getting notifications about people coming to look at the place, I guess because we were still technically the tenants because we broke our lease early.
Yeah.
It's like they've had so many showings and they refuse to lower the price.
Yeah, they've had, I think, 3 or 4 showings a week since mid-January.
Yeah, and they still can't get anyone. It's like, yeah, because you're not going to get it for that fucking price. You fucks.
Yeah, honestly.
And I don't know how you saw like the maintenance emails, but suddenly now they like want to do all the maintenance that we kept like talking to them about.
Yeah, that was sent on the like tenant portal.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, so you did know that all that stuff was wrong and bad.
But we've got a nice house now.
Yes, it is a very nice house.
I'll be
Yes.
moving in shortly.
I mean, sure, yeah. As long as you bring those, I'm thinking like maybe 4 bookcases, and that should cover it.
Okay.
Big
Can
bookcase. You're giving me a question. Do you want more bookcases, darling? How many do you want?
It's 4 not enough.
I mean, depends how I stack my books.
I mean, ideally, you want a floor-to-ceiling bookshelf with a ladder that attaches to it and like swings along it. That's
Yeah.
your ideal.
Of course, we all want that.
But
like
if
in Beauty and the
helps
Beast.
With, like my book thing, I do have 2 full bookshelves full of like lesbian books.
Yeah, you've been collecting, huh?
Yeah.
Like lesbian
Oh, yeah.
romantic, like
Yeah. Some sci-fi lesbian books in there.
yeah,
as well,
like
and-
but they're all like fiction, like they're
yeah, and murder mysteries and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do have that as well. Name a genre, probably have it.
I need to talk to you.
Get a membership to their library.
Yeah, and also get a membership to your library, but I also need to talk to you. I need more Rex always. Thank you.
I'll
Bye.
give you her Discord.
Okay. Can I because I love books
Yeah.
about lesbians. And sci-fi and fantasy and all the lesbians doing things. Okay.
Oh, that's
The
cute.
polycule widens.
Yeah,
They're asking for Rex from Mrs.
Oh, yeah.
Rusty.
Oh yeah, darling, do you want to?
Well, it's like right now I am reading. Well, I'm reading so many books at the same time. But like, what kind of? So like, I'm reading a book called "You Can't Spell Treason Without T,"
Mhm.
and it's a bit cute. It's
It's like a fantasy, isn't it?
fantasy.
I
yeah.
started that one, but I couldn't get into it.
Yeah. Then I'm reading.
Do you need to get your list out?
Yeah.
All right. This is now my wife's stream. So if you want to be more specific about the kind of like lesbian stories you're looking for, she probably has them. People are looking. I know you don't really read thrillers, but people are looking for lesbian thrillers. I'm seeing in the chat.
Yeah, don't read thrillers is about the only thing I don't read.
Yeah, you're not a scary. You don't like scary stuff.
I'm reading.
Ooh, I have some horror and thrillers.
Yeah, there you go. I'm
You're reading
London Calling by Claire Lydon right now.
Okay, let me write that down. London Calling by Claire, you said?
Claire Lydon.
Lydon. Alright.
Lydon.
Don. Okay, that's not how I would have spelled it.
Yeah.
There we go.
But like, it depends on like Karen Kalmacher is like an old school.
Oh yeah, Karen Kalmacher is really good.
Romance writer. Harper Bliss does more smutty stuff. So it really,
yeah, because Karen Kalmacher, like her stuff is like reading like rom-coms in book form.
Yeah, that's hers. Harper Bliss kind of does like a bit of rom-com-y, or the other scale is just like full-on smart. Yolanda Wallace does rom-com in book form. I'm trying to picture my shelf right now.
Do a shelf tour.
On a visualize.
It's at the other end of the house. Yeah, really. Then you've got, is it Melinda Melissa Lowe?
Oh my god, this is amazing from Alpha. As someone in the glam field, galleries, libraries, archives, and museums.
She can attest to that.
Nice.
I mean, you want to be a librarian, don't you, baby?
I do.
If that like, if you were,
Yeah.
if you had the qualifications,
Yeah.
or just you would just work in a bookstore if you could.
Yes, very much so. But bookstores are really hard to get jobs in Australia.
I think because people like them.
And like you'll go there and you're like, oh, how long have you worked out? Well, I lucked out when I got the job when I was 14. I'm now 34, and you're like, wow,
damn it.
Jeez.
Yeah. So I think Underground does do reviews on them.
Yeah, she does.
Yes, I like that. We're both like, yes, follow that channel.
Is it very queer or?
No.
Okay,
Not
so she
too
doesn't
queer.
really kowtow to the. Okay.
Like some of the what book did I just finish? The Holiday Swap by someone. I listened to it on audiobook.
But it had a bit of a disappointing ending.
Yeah, it did.
Because it was like it had like a gay man protag and his love interest, and also like a lesbian protag and her love interest. But you found like the lesbian one was a bit rushed.
Yeah, very much so.
So they had sex in a graveyard. I remember you
They-
told me that.
Wow.
They did have sex in a graveyard.
Yay.
Who else was I thinking of? She wrote a book called Writer's Block. I think it's Ali Sublon. She does alright lesbian books. I avoid stuff with the queerio shit in there.
Yeah.
It's so hard these days, though. Anything sci-fi or fantasy, like especially sci-fi published in the last like 15 years, my God, good luck.
Yeah, it is fucking awful.
Yep.
Yeah. Even
Which
like
is bad because
you
I love
find-
sci-fi. It's my favorite genre, and it's like it's so rough in sci-fi. And well, any spec fic
Yeah.
really is just so bad right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
unfortunate. Because you usually you'll pull up with them if they're just side characters because they feel like they were added by the author to be like, don't worry, I'm
Yes.
inclusive, don't get me. Anyway,
Don't
so the
cancel
lesbians
me.
had sex in a graveyard.
Yeah, pretty much. Can you write?
What am I writing?
I was just gonna give more.
Yep.
corrects.
Yeah, so give them to me.
These names, Jimmy.
Can you copy and paste those and send them to me like in WhatsApp and then I'll paste them in the chat?
Yeah.
Thank you, darling.
Yeah.
So basically we need to have a stream where you just give book recommendations.
We could probably have a stream all about books.
Like a lesbian book club stream.
I was actually gonna maybe start a channel called like LGB Gender Free Reads.
Oh, that's so good, though.
Oh.
You
It's just
should.
books that don't center genderism because it's so fucking hard these days.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I might do it when I
Please.
move and I don't have a job anymore and I have time to do this nonsense. But then I have to reread a bunch of things and like find the level of gendiness because anything the last like 15, 20 years that has gay people has like a risk of gendiness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have to like I have to give it degrees of gender. Like if it's gonna be a main thing, just skip it. If it's gonna be like a minor background character, they, them, it's like, okay, well, whatever.
Wait,
Depends on your tolerance.
instead of like a star rating system or thumbs
It's a
up,
genderness,
like
yeah.
But
It's a
like,
soap rating.
what's the scale though? Like
Soap.
green hair to what?
5 genders out of gender is like where the main character is like they, them, or something. Like a genderism is a main feature. So that's like
Right.
absolutely do not read this. I'm not going to give much more of a review except saying like don't read this.
Yeah.
Because I would have quit reading that for sure. Like I would have not made it very far. 4 genders out of 4 is where it's like it's immediately like in the first few pages it will not stop talking about gender, even if the characters aren't necessarily gender. You know what I mean? But like it's constantly shoving it down your throat. I feel like that's unreadable for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. I found a lot more lesbian books to read since I've realized that a lot of lesbian books written by lesbians are marketed as queer fiction by queer writers.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah,
There's
that was something
nothing
that,
published as lesbian anymore. So
no, that was something that annoyed me when I was registering like the print version of Leasebound. It automatically got put in a queer category, and I'm like, it's not fucking queer. Don't fucking say that.
Sorry, I am just going back through of like books I've read. I have a list, and that's where I'm jogging my memory.
No, you're fine, darling.
She was okay.
Ooh,
Any
just
thoughts
okay.
on women describing themselves as gay woman versus lesbian?
You don't love it.
Yeah, you know, I kind of like, okay, so like what negative experiences have you had with the word lesbian?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I
did that a lot.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
am personally I personally don't really care. I
Yeah,
have
it's
used
not like a big deal.
them both very interchangeably. I do prefer lesbian, but I have definitely used them interchangeably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
For
not
me-
like a hill I'm passionate about or anything.
I feel like it's kind of one of those things that it's like a phase a lot of lesbians go through when they're first kind of accepting it and like being out in
Yeah.
the world. They feel
Yeah.
really uncomfortable saying lesbian because it sounds like a
Yeah.
porn category and just like makes them uncomfortable.
Yeah, I
So I feel
definitely
like
had
it's
that.
part of, yeah, I completely understand it for people who are kind of like early and like young, especially when they're coming out. Like I get that. Like
Mm.
it feels really uncomfortable. But then at a certain point, it's kind of like, all right, you know,
Yeah.
you know, you can say, but I feel like that always happens though. They always end up like getting comfortable with it. Like it's just kind of a process. So I always just, you know, I have grace for that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like I
Me
get like women
too.
who are young because when I was young, I also felt uncomfortable. And my girlfriend at the time was like really did not want to call herself a lesbian, even though she was like a lesbian, obviously, but like just did not like the term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like I get it.
I also feel like when I came out, which was like 22 years ago, almost 23, like I feel like nobody was really even using the word lesbian, not in like a uncomfortable way. Like it just was like, I don't know, we were just all gay. I don't know.
Yeah, it really wasn't as much of a thing at that point. There was like a while where people really didn't use lesbian.
Yeah, and it wasn't like a negative thing or I'm uncomfortable with this or whatever. It was just like, I don't know, not on the radar, I guess. I don't really know. But as I got older and as I got more into feminism and stuff, like I've definitely made an effort to specifically say lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
So,
Yeah. I think it's the same with woman. Like it took me a while to be able to like call myself a woman instead of a girl.
You know what?
I was an adult.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is like internalized misogyny or what, but I really hate the word lady.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know why, but like when I've had people like my clients or whatever, I've had them refer to me as like this lady, and I'm like, I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah. Like, oh, I got to talk to this lady. And I'm like,
Yeah.
No,
No,
I
lady
just-
doesn't bother me.
it's like it weirds me out for some reason. Or there's a lady here who's gonna whatever. I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah,
I
that doesn't
don't
really
know.
bother me. That's interesting.
I guess it doesn't.
Yeah,
bother
I've
me
definitely
so much,
started
but-
using it more. I like to address my readers, and I want it to be like female default, so I do say ladies a lot.
Yeah.
So I've gotten more used to it.
For some reason, ladies plural doesn't bother me, but just maybe because when I think
because it's
of
like the hey lady, like
Yeah.
it's like almost derogatory.
That's how I exclusively use it. I'm like, hey, lady.
yeah,
Yeah.
lady
Everyone loves it.
derogatory. But I think I also think of like, I don't know, my mom is a lady. Like I'm
Yeah.
not old enough to be a lady. I don't know.
That's how I felt about women. I was like, ooh, aged. Oh no,
I feel
I'm.
For me, it's such a thing in Australia though too. Like I've noticed, like every Australian calls everyone a girl. Like they'll be talking about like an 80-year-old girl, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really weird.
yeah, that's
like it's
weird.
definitely like it's.
Yeah, I
It's a
don't
thing in
like
the
it, but
States
it
as
is
well,
very
like-
common.
I would
It's a
say
thing
an 80-year-old
everywhere
lady.
to a degree.
Yeah.
Considering, like I'll hear it in the States as well, like a 30-year, like they'll still call like, oh, being the girls, whatever. Like, but it's even more a thing in Australia. Like I was like,
Yeah.
I've noticed it. Even my wife struggles to call like she like I always call women. Like I always
Yeah.
do. And calling someone a girl, she's like, well, a woman. I'm like, because she's kind of used to it with me. Like she'll like look at me for a second, and be like a woman. I'm like, right, not a girl, not
Yeah.
like a 50
And
year old
also-
girl.
Also,
so fucking weird.
no 30
When I-
something year old dude is like referring to this boy I work with.
They're
No.
like, I'm just
A man would
I'm
never
a
say
boy.
that. And we
Yeah, no.
also, as adult women, would never say that about men that we encounter in the world. We would never say this boy. But
I started
No.
doing it because it's very funny.
yeah,
Everyone gets so confused. I'm like, some boy came up to me and was like, like a boy? I'm like, yeah, some like 30-year-old boy.
See, I think because when I hear boy and girl, I picture children.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So, but then, yeah. I want to start
They are
doing that.
children to me.
You want to start
very
calling
funny.
men boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, call
just
them boys.
because
It's
that's
so
kind of
funny.
like a chaos level I enjoy.
Yeah, I
look
recommend
forward
it.
to it. You're introducing her to levels of misandry she was unaware of before.
Ooh, this is good. I don't like chicks. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't like
fuck
chicks.
No,
Yeah, no.
absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't
That-
really hear that very much.
No, I think it was definitely a thing of the 90s and early 2000s
Yeah.
for sure, but I
Yeah,
don't hear
definitely.
it much lately.
Where they're like, chicks, man.
Mm-hmm.
We're
Yeah.
picking up chicks or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, it's definitely less of
Oh,
a
I know
thing,
it's-
so that's good.
Hmm.
But
Oh, bird? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
very
like-
British. Or some bird came
Oh,
up with
yeah.
me. And she
Mm.
was like proper whatever. Like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, she was proper whatever. Australians call he'll call women Sheilas.
Sheilas.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Except that's not a very common term unless you're like
Sheila.
a fucking 60-year-old bloke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sheila.
Ooh, Tori with the fire. I hate the that's not a man, that's a boy when a man does something wrong. Like, no,
Oh,
that's a
yeah.
grown man, actually.
Oh, me too.
I hate that too. Like,
Yeah, they're
that's
like,
not
it
a
separates the
man,
men
that's a
from the boys.
monster. Like,
yeah, it's like, no, that's a
no,
man.
That's a man.
Don't be mean
No
to
man
monsters.
would ever do this. Well,
Mm.
Or the
they
boys
do
will
all
be
the
men did.
time.
Mm.
That man
And it's
did,
still-
and they do it all the time.
Yeah, boys will be boys.
Yeah. It's like that happens like when they're like talking about men and it's like, oh, Bucks party, so it's like, oh well, you know, boys will be boys. It's like
That's
no.
when they get to be boys.
Yeah, that's when they get to be
Or
boys.
to be silly. It's like and like absolving of whatever they've done.
Yeah.
Yuck.
All right, so we're all in agreement. We're gonna start calling all men boys now.
Yeah. I'm like, ladies and boys, welcome to the meeting.
Ladies and boys.
I'm
Iconic,
such a fan
actually.
of women and children of women.
That
Yeah.
was so good to me. I feel like at work though, I could get away with women and boys. No one's gonna call me out. Ladies and scrotes.
Ladies and
That's too good. But at work, oof. I feel like I could
ladies
get
and
away with
genetic
ladies and boys.
defects.
Mm.
Ladies and
Oh.
abortions, or should have been abortions.
Aborted at the chromosomal state.
Ladies and wall facers.
Yeah. Exactly.
Ladies, and why the fuck are you in this room? Get out.
Ladies and people I'm obligated to speak to by my work contract. Otherwise, I will.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that's so funny. I love how we're all just saying boys now. Boys get so offended. These scrotes.
Also, I saw a post on Tumblr, I think, that was like, "Oh, the Brits really went off with the like calling men wankers. Like that's such a funny insult for men. It's just to call them a
Wanker is great.
Like wanka. I'm like that's so true." But then I'm like, "Oh, we have that in English. We call them jerk offs." I'm like, I'm bringing that back. I'm gonna call every man a jerk off.
Wanker is better though.
Wanker's
Yeah.
better, but
Yeah.
jerk off, we have to embrace our cultural heritage. Rusty.
Yeah,
like,
I guess.
like you know, we don't have wanker.
We
but
say
do have
wanker
jerk
here.
off.
Yeah. We say
Yeah,
wanker.
wanker here is much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, a dickhead.
But like,
I
imagine
tried
like
using
that's the
wanker
same as
yesterday.
Yeah.
like
sorry.
imagine calling men like masturbators because that's what it is
Yeah.
when you say wanker.
Yeah.
Like imagine
Yeah.
these
But they
fucking
are
masturbators.
They should be told. I know they be masturbating.
Self-doming.
Yeah, women are self-domers, men are just wankers.
Ladies and demons.
Ladies and my nightmares.
Ladies and car insurance liabilities. Ladies and receding hairlines.
Aw.
Oh.
Men are so upset about their hairs falling out. They're so
Very
upset
funny.
by their hairs falling out.
Oh my god.
Very funny.
yeah.
They
Their
hate
height
being
and their
bald.
hair falling out. It's very
I see
funny.
lots of like turkey hair transplants
Yes,
on my
it's everywhere.
feeds all the time.
I hope they get more insecure about it.
Mm.
Make sure to always point out to a man that his hairline looks like it's receding since when you last saw him.
Exactly.
What, from one of your brothers?
Yeah, honestly.
Oh man.
Yeah, Moid is very good. I agree. Moid is probably one of my favorites.
It's so succinct. That's what makes it nice.
Yeah.
And it feels it's got a good mouth feel.
Yeah. Oh,
Good mouthfeel.
all right, Nana. That's it. Face the wall.
No, I'm remorseful.
What's the word for when you feel
When
sorry?
you feel sorry. I feel that now.
I'm feeling the word when you feel sorry.
She feels icky, bad, wobbly. Like
That's going to be the quote of the stream.
Yeah.
What's the word for
when you feel sorry.
I do this. I can't believe this has never happened. I do that all the time where I can't think of the word. I can think of every other word around it, but I can't think of the one word. And I have to say to people like, what is the word when you this? And they're like, this? I'm like, yeah, exactly. Thank you. Like, it's so annoying, but I do that constantly.
Oh,
And you're actually all really ableists for making
Oh,
fun of
sure.
me.
Aren't we
Hello?
aren't we being like Spanish phobic actually?
Yeah,
is
a
it
little bit.
ableist? Yes, I'm disabled.
Oh yeah, Mrs. Rusty is disabled. So
Mm.
actually, this is horizontal oppression or whatever the fuck.
This is
Yeah.
just bullying.
This is exactly.
Get her with your wheelchair, baby.
No, my
Hold
joints could
still.
never take it.
Or like I have a flip out cane that like unfolds.
Oh yeah,
Can
get
use
her with
as a
that.
weapon.
Yeah, exactly. You're not allowed to fight back, otherwise you're beating a disabled woman.
oh, Lily. You hit on a woman at a bar and you say, "Can I horizontally oppress you?"
Oh goodness. Like on that table over there.
Hey-oh. When the oppression be horizontal, you know what I'm saying, ladies? God, so stupid.
That could be a whole channel that I could do of like dumb shit people have said to me.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like being
I was
disabled.
telling them last time about the guy who came up
Yes.
and tried to like wanted to shake my hand for
Oh,
like
yeah.
pushing you in the wheelchair.
We were
Your
just
legs
on
in
a
the way.
walk.
You're like, what?
Yeah.
I the other week, the lift was out from the car park to up to the shopping center.
The elevator.
The elevator.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'll just go up the travelator ramp thingy that moves. And Sierra's like, oh, you can't do that. And I was like, well, I'm not moving my car. So, and then went up, and then there was this old lady. She's like, I'll stand behind her, and if she falls, she'll hit me first, and then you can't sue us. Like, we promise we won't sue you. As we're like going up, and I was like, oh, thank you.
Oh, that's nice though.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Good times.
That lady with a fucking bunny woke.
Oh yeah, I told them about that too.
Mm.
Well, she thought you were developmentally disabled just
Yeah.
because you're in a wheelchair.
No.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
insane.
It happens a lot.
Yeah.
Or people like only talk to me when I'm pushing the chair.
Mhm.
It's like, my wife just ordered the meal. Like, she's just a little bit lower down. It's like, it's okay.
Oh,
You can-
that's
you can
really
speak to-
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or like
Oh
if
my
we're paying for
God.
things and like
Oh,
they'll hand like the F plus machine to me. It's like, oh, I don't have the money. She does.
I don't have money. I
I'm
don't
just-
have money.
Or like if you've kissed me or something, and
And
people
they're
are
like,
like,
yeah.
you were told you shouldn't kiss your clients. One time.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, this is my wife.
What's the protocol for when you want to talk to someone in a wheelchair? Do you sit in their lap or that's what I've been doing so far? Is this correct? You kiss them on the mouth.
you kind of straddle them in the chair.
Okay. That's what I've been doing. I just wanted to check.
And, like just a dip of tongue. Like just like a just a
A
quick
little
one.
bit, just to be polite.
Or you
It's
can
like a
sit like
greeting.
bridal style.
Oh yeah, bridal style is also acceptable. Like arms around the
Okay.
shoulder.
All right. No, I can see how that would work. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's too funny.
Ugh.
Yeah, infantilization of disabled women is ableism.
Mhm. Yeah, huge.
Mhm.
Huge times.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh, your mother is calling.
Why is my mother calling?
Do you want to bring her into the stream?
She heard we were talking shit.
No, it's my
It's probably the most lesbians she's ever spoken to in like one place.
yeah.
She's also sort of like my mum, where she likes Mardi Gras and stuff, but like she likes the gay boys.
Mhm.
She's like, oh, they're so much fun. Lesbians are just kind of, you know,
It's like, yeah.
a drab.
No, I think
My
she's
mom
trying
is
to
so
organize
awesome.
a birthday
I
party
cannot
for her
relate.
sister.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, no.
My mom
mom's
is
like-
incredibly homophobic and stupid.
Oh, like, what was she asking
Wow.
us when we were up there last time? Like, I think she was trying to, like, she has very interesting ways of, like, trying to, like, include me in conversations.
Mhm.
So she was just like, let me pick your brain. Like, as a lesbian, can you tell me why some lesbians will, like, post their relationships on Facebook and, like, act, like, super devoted to each other? And, like, they just won't shut up about their relationships. Like, it's really important that people see that they're in a relationship. I'm like, lots of people do that.
All your straight friends.
Yeah. like-
All your shit friends do that.
All
And
right.
I was like, why are you asking me? I don't have a Facebook. Or does it just is me just like being here with your daughter? Or am I being in your face about it?
But like, my mom will do a thing where she's like, Rusty, can you tell me why lesbians do this? Or
Yeah.
some lesbians, but she'll never call me a lesbian.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's-
that's crazy.
She's waiting for the day I bring a man home.
Yeah, because you came out to her a
Oh.
bunch of times when you were a teenager and she just kind of forgot.
Mm-hmm.
It's like no.
You've got a
Yeah.
whole wife,
Yeah.
a whole marriage certificate.
Wow.
Not if she can help it.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, if you,
She has
if you
anything to
came to
say.
them and you're like, all right,
Veto,
Rusty's gone.
veto.
This is David. And she'd be like, oh, thank God. Okay, good. Let me know all about David.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, like, okay, so to paint a
Oh.
picture, so I have a lot of
Bad.
siblings. We'll start with that.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
the year Rusty and I got married, beginning of the year,
You're like one of like 9.
I'm one of 9, yeah.
Yeah.
So one of my
God.
sisters got married later in the year. So my mum didn't come to our wedding, which was across the country.
Mm.
But she flew across the country for my sister's wedding, which was just a destination wedding.
Yeah, I told them about that in Tassie.
Yeah, in Tassie, and it's just like, oh.
And there was like money gifts and congratulations and a
Yeah.
big celebration.
And you get told is special friend.
Yeah, I'm your special friend.
Mm.
Wow.
So good.
Can I brag about how
That's
cool my mom is for a second?
Yeah, of
She's very
course.
cool.
100%. Can your mom
Like, when I-
adopt us?
Probably. She's awesome. Like when I was growing up, she'd be like, I don't understand gay men. The worst thing about being a man is being around another man, I guess. That's 2 men who's terrible. I'm like, yeah. She's like, but lesbians, yes, I understand lesbians. She like gazed into the distance. I'm like, okay. Like,
Mom, are you
just
trying to
like,
come
have a
out to me?
I was like, what? I was like 13. Like, this is like a what do they call it? Core memory. Like, I was like, wow. I was like, yes, I understand lesbians. Oh, you come home, no man. Wow. Like, yeah,
do you want
she
to know?
gets it.
So my mum sent me a text message versus blowing up my phone by continuously
Oh.
calling.
What did she say?
So it is a spontaneous dinner for my sister's birthday.
Okay.
It's now not at my sister's house and at my mum's house, and also Rusty Ruby really wants you there, so that you can draw with her.
Oh, okay. One of your younger sisters.
Yeah.
The kids, because of my back, I haven't been able to like get up and like throw them around. So I've just been like laying on the living room floor when we visit. So now the kids have taken to like asking to be bench pressed. So they're like, can you bench press us again? So that's what I do with the kids whenever out.
So cute.
Yeah. And they'll lay really straight as a board and let me like press them.
That's so cute.
While the other one will yell at me like, you can do more, give me 20 more.
Yeah.
And they're like, let's play gym. Can we play
Coaching
gym?
you.
Yeah.
Oh no, they will coach. You've got the good coach and the bad coach.
Yeah.
Like the brother is very like, okay, breathe, Rusty, you got this.
Believe in yourself.
And then
And the
sister's
sister, she's
like-
like, you could do more than that. Lift higher.
Your mum didn't pay for this membership for nothing. Do
Yeah.
more.
Wow.
They're great.
Rusty, I don't know who asked, but somebody asked who these two characters,
The characters. So this is Ruth and Ari. In my webcomic Leasebound, Ruth is the owner of a lesbian nightclub, I guess, bar, and Ari DJs there. And this is a panel from an upcoming page that hasn't been seen yet.
Ooh,
yeah.
getting the
Never been
scoop.
seen.
Yes.
Ooh, sneak peek.
Exactly.
I just
I
caught up
mean,
on
you
Leasebound yesterday. I have the tab open right next to this one, actually. Oh my
oh,
goodness.
blush. What do you feel? What do you think?
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I
Did
cannot
you-
wait.
I mean, Radical's seen the pages that have come next. They're the steamy pages.
Boy, have I.
Oh yes, those ones.
Isn't even a lesbian romance if there isn't a little bit of bathroom
You know.
action. You know? Come on. We've been
You know
there.
that like classic cartoon of like the wolf who is like wooga.
Yeah,
You know,
Wooga.
like,
I love
literally.
that. I always post that wolf for everything. People hate that about me.
Blush.
Oh,
The funny part is, I was so shocked joining the stream, connecting the dots, that Rusty made the dreaded turf art. Small world. Yeah, that was me.
That's Rusty.
Blush.
Mhm. She's the one. Imagine not being into women.
Can't imagine.
Couldn't be me.
Seems like
I
a
feel so
defect.
sorry. Yeah, I feel so sorry for straight women. You know, like
Yeah.
I have many straight women friends who are so sad about not being into women at all. You know, they're just like, why can't I at least be partially into, like, why can't I be into both? I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I've
Queen.
tried. It's just not a thing.
Skill
They're like, well,
issue.
that's how you know it's not a choice. That's how you know it's not a choice. Because if it were a choice, I know a lot of women
Yeah.
who would opt out of that shit. They'd be like,
Mhm.
no thanks.
Yeah. But, you know, you can always be single.
Yeah,
Could.
that's the best option.
Yeah.
You just don't understand.
I like having unsatisfying sexual encounters with dangerous men.
Can't relate.
It's like,
Learn to
wow, okay.
masturbate.
Ooh.
yeah, self-dom it up. Come on.
Can we
Yeah.
have Solid Caesar expand on this? My theory is the rise of gender identity is a product of heterofatalism.
Heterofatalism. Can you explain words to me? We have established I'm not good
What's
at
the
that.
word for when heterofatalism?
Heterofatalism. Gender
I feel-
identity.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm
Gender.
pulling up my phone to like Google what that even
Yeah.
means.
What is hetero? Bring her in the stream. Salad.
Yeah. Yeah. Seize that woman.
Caesar, that woman.
Bring her to me.
Heterofatalism is when you hate being straight.
Mm.
Right, but I feel like
Oh.
that's so because like they want to be anything but straight because straight has been that's actually one of the things where people are like this is why like gendies are so homophobic because like a bunch of like gay people are like lol straight people boring and they're like so they had to like be homophobic. They had to transition out of being straight because they didn't want to, I don't know, a small section of gay people on the internet to be like, lol, lame.
Yeah, that's one thing, like, I just don't get of, like, when straight people are, like, complaining, like, oh, I'm not fulfilled by role. It's like, well, leave, be single. Like, you know, you just say that because you're married and happy. I'm like, you're married and unhappy. You can leave.
Right. Like, you could change your situation and become married and happy somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or not married
Or not. Right.
You
Yeah.
can be single, and that's completely fine as well. Like,
I feel like if
people
you can't,
feel like they have to be in relationships.
yeah, and it's like if you can't be happy single, I don't think you're going to be happy in a relationship.
No,
Yep.
it's not a magic cure-all.
No.
No.
Even for lesbians. There's lots of lesbians I feel like are very young ones. They're very desperate to get into a relationship with like just any woman because they're like feeling like that lesbian loneliness.
Yeah.
Like we've had friends like that, huh, baby?
Oh yeah.
Where it's like
Are we thinking of?
yeah.
We are.
She was
Sorry, I signed to her. Like, that's where the logo is.
where she was convinced because like she had a lot of like rough things going on and she did have a girlfriend for about a week and she was like, look, I'm telling you, if I get into a relationship again, it would be good because like when I like we made out and like we had lots of fun and like I wasn't thinking about being sad at all that whole week. And I'm like, that is what the start of a relationship is called. That just happens like in the first because it's exciting. It's a different thing, but like those problems will come back.
Yeah.
You were not cured by making out with a girlfriend. Making out with women is just fun.
Yeah. Like so fun.
You also
Yeah, I
probably aren't
still
thinking about
enjoy
your
it.
problems if you're on a roller coaster. If you're on a roller coaster, you're also probably not like, oh, I really wish I had a more fulfilling career. Like, you're probably like, wee.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it's like if you're like, okay, well then I guess I'll just live on a roller coaster. It's like, oh
Yeah,
man,
you
there are
can't
some
do that.
downsides to this choice.
Yeah. No, but I think people think it's going to cure everything. Or
Yeah.
When what I've noticed is like when people seek out diagnoses for things, that becomes their whole personality.
Yes.
Where it's like I've got like freaking a list of diagnoses, but it's like I've only ever sought them out so that I can get better or can get help or can improve like quality of life. And I think that's fine.
Those
Right.
people are obsessed with like
But-
collecting them and having them.
yeah, it's like I've got
What do
this,
you
this,
think?
this.
What do you think changed though? Because it used to be like, I'm not my diagnosis. It doesn't define me, whatever. But now it's like the
A hard
more
swing.
labels
It
and
does define
diagnoses
me.
you have, it is
Yeah.
like their whole entire existence. Like when and why and how do we think that changed?
I feel like because that was seen as like a I don't know, a person without these like mental health issues, like that's just what they want you to say. They want you to like put your stuff out of the picture. They want it to be non-visible and for you to try and overcome it. So like they swung hard in the opposite direction of like, no, it can excuse everything.
Yeah, and I think people, especially if they're like struggling with mental health conditions, that it went from like, oh, there was that like sweet point of where it's like, yes, we are aware and bringing light to it, but then they kept going of like, everyone needs to care and everyone like, look at me,
Right.
I've got all these things wrong, I need more help, I need more attention. Like
me,
sometimes a bit of like
too much.
like they're playing the victim a little bit too much.
Right,
And they don't
and
want
yes.
to help themselves. And I think that kind of just changed as society's like viewpoint on things changed. And I know that what was that thingy you were on where you had the thing online, the started with the T.
Tumblr?
Yeah, like Tumblr. They had they had
You need my
the
wife.
little things
You need to be in
underneath
the
the
same
name.
house. I feel like this would be a sitcom. It'd be so good.
they had like, oh,
You
like
mean their bios on Tumblr?
the bios on Tumblr, they listed everything that's wrong with them,
Yes.
and then it became a competition, and so people wanted to
Right.
outdo each other, and I think that kind of changed things. And it
Because that's
wasn't
how you
just
won
across-
arguments as
Yeah,
well.
it's like, well, I'm autistic. It's like, cool. Like, but then someone else is like, I'm also autistic. But it's like, well,
And I
I'm
have this, and
Yeah,
I have
I'm-
a broken leg,
yeah, it's like,
and
it's like, yeah, we can keep going, but I think,
and my mom was abusive, and
and I have no dad.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
I think
Here's
like social media kind of played an impact on.
Absolutely. It's all Twitter and Tumblr bios.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, okay, this is something that I've noticed increasingly that has me feeling a bit concerned because, like, I'm all about, like, disability activism because, like, anyone at any point can become disabled. And, like,
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
so if you're not going to care about that, like, well, you might have to care about it. Like, that's
Right.
a really, that's a really ridiculous position to take. Like, well, I don't care about that. It doesn't affect me. It's like, well, it could.
Yeah.
What a stupid thing to think. Anyway, but besides that, I feel like there is these days, if you go out and you interact with people in their early 20s, everyone has like a cane or like a little thing on. Like everyone's like, I'm so disabled. I'm like, how is it that 80% of the people here are disabled? Like that's not. Am I crazy? That's not a thing. I'm like, I don't think this degree of like mobility aids / whatever aids are necessary. I feel like there's
but you can't say that because that's
because there's actually people who do need it though. Like, and I don't know the
of course.
difference.
Oh my gosh, of course.
And like, I would hate to like say that when it's not the case, you know. But I'm like, this cannot be right. There's something going on here.
That's something I've noticed as well, and it's just like because I do have mobility aids and stuff, it's like a complex, and like I have a disability like sticker that I put in my car that allows me to close the park kind of thing.
Of course.
Like, I've had people like argue with me about it because on like good days I can walk unaided, but on bad days I'm bedbound or I need a wheelchair or whatnot. And so it's like I know there's invisible disabilities, but it does seem there is a remarkable trend of people needing walking sticks and things like that. And they come in like visible things now.
They're like all patent and
covered in the stickers of their pride flags. I'm sorry, but it can't be that like being same-sex attracted makes your leg not work. Like that's not how that works.
Actually, that's exactly how it works.
Listen,
oh my god, I'm so sorry. I've been
Nana, you're not having the right kind of lesbian sex if your legs aren't numb after it. Okay,
hey, I'm a giver. That's all I can say about that. Like, it's more of a problem for my arms. It's more of a problem for my arms. Okay. Anyway, that's stupid. Sorry, this is gross, everyone. Not trying to be ridiculous in the chat, but you know what I mean?
No, it is. Yeah, it is like
it's a thing. What's happening?
I don't know, and it's like I think because they're more like readily available. Like I've seen them at like walking sticks at like Kmart and at Aldi. Aldi is catch-all for everything. Though you can buy like trampolines and.
I think Salad Caesar put it well. Disability is a spectrum. It's just the extremely low needs took over to speak over the high needs. I feel like that's why you have a lot of like low on the autistic spectrum of like functioning needs, or I guess they're high functioning or whatever. Like they'll often like speak for like all disabilities. Where it's just like, okay, well, there's a difference between like needing continence aids and being a little bit socially awkward. Sorry, like you know. There's
like if you have an ostomy bag versus like my wrist is sprained, like those are very different degrees of like doing a combination.
And it's just like I think people are trying. So we have a scheme here called
the NDIS
National Disability Insurance Scheme, and I think
we have the same thing.
Yeah, people try and get on that because you get funding. So like I'm on it, but it's just like I genuinely
a real reason to be.
Yeah, but it's just like I have a whole part of that budget for continence aids. Or like mobility devices, and it's just like
and someone to come and help you.
Like I have a cleaner. Well, there's two ladies that they do it in half the time. They come in and help clean the house. So it's like they mop the floors and do all the heavy stuff, but like I'm in charge of like the day to day, like do your dishes, like do your laundry, like.
And you still want to like part of like the NDIS scheme, like you have to put in like goals. And one of your goals is to like still maintain like as much independence as possible because 100%. That's what you want.
And like I think these people come on trying to be like, so I have multiple jobs, but one of them is I work with people with disabilities, and so I work with this woman and her boy.
Her boy.
Her boy. Thank you.
It's just come to light that all these diagnoses he's had are actually not real.
And he's on the scheme.
And he's on the scheme, and he had a very large plan, like hundreds of thousands of dollars a year given to him.
Oh,
But
wow.
because he hasn't really been using it.
He's been using hers.
He's been trying to use hers, but
like he tries to get you to drive him places during her shift where it's like you're here to like support her.
Yeah, so now it's kind of to light. It's like, okay, so now there's going to be a review of how much funding have you used and what do you need to pay back, and do you even need to be on this?
Oh,
Because it's
wow.
fraud.
Yeah, of course.
Yep. Of course,
Yeah.
it's
And
wrong.
so there's people who like look after plans, like support coordinators, help you get support and stuff. And so she is going and advocating against him now of like, look, these were the things that he came and hired me for. But
Seize that boy.
pretty much. And it's like a whole investigation. And it's just like,
So it
People-
definitely does happen.
want the easy ways out. They don't want to do things anymore. They're
Yeah,
like,
they don't
I'd
wanna
much rather be chronically online. So if I say that I've got X, Y, and Z,
I can keep doing that.
yeah, a
Mm.
lot of it is intellectual disabilities people try and fake.
Yeah. Well, it's a bit hard. It's a bit easier than trying to fake like my legs don't work, because you can just look at a scan and be like, yes, they do.
Yeah. And they do
should.
allow like psychosocial disabilities as well, like PTSD, schizophrenia, bipolar, all that can go on the scheme as well, like autism. It's not
Yeah, of
just
course.
physical.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fascinating. This is a stand I will happy to talk on a soapbox about.
You're allowed to, baby.
But yeah, no, it's
You bring a unique voice to the stream, I love.
Yeah, I was only want to know how much tongue to use when you greet someone in a wheelchair and you straddle them.
Well, now you know.
now you know. It's either bridal straddle or straddle.
Yeah.
But you can't ask
There we go.
because that's rules.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm so educated.
You have to go for the vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a vibe check.
Okay. That works for me.
That's how I fit. Me filing my exercise physiologist why it's a vibe check.
Honestly, he was a bit weirdo, so
Yeah.
that's fine.
I work with an exercise physiologist, and I started with a new one, and it ended up with me like getting injured, and then he didn't want to like hear it and was blaming
He
me.
was like, no, that can't happen. You can't injure your knee that way. It's like, bro, like...
Well, I did, so.
yeah, like I've torn my meniscus.
Like, he stopped you in, like, the car park when we were leaving. He was like, hey, I heard that some other one said, like, that you were injured. That this can't happen. It didn't happen with me.
Yeah.
That's impossible. Impossible.
Impossible.
Impossible.
I love,
Yeah.
speaking of, because wonderful Becky in the chat was saying her English is bad, which it is not. But if anything, Rusty just said impossible.
Yeah. And, like, English is the only language I speak.
Yeah.
And you guys mock me.
Yeah, and
You
I'll
mock
again.
me.
Oh,
Yeah, because
Alpha.
it's because we're jealous.
I'm not
That's
jealous.
true. You should.
What
be.
about this? This is spicy. This is
Ooh, what?
spicy. Why is it that we let sexual harassment or assault from handicapped or autistic men slide?
Because they're men, and so they're allowed to do whatever. And
Oh, yeah, of
all
course.
men are. All men get like it slides for all men. Like no man ever
Yeah.
faces consequences for anything.
There's always a woman he can punch down to. I actually saw that someone was like, so when you say you hate all men, do you hate like high needs support disabled men? It's like, yeah,
Mhm.
because they can still abuse.
Oh, 100%.
And it's just like they're fucking included. Like one of the things the NDIS provides is fucking prostitutes.
yes,
What?
Yup.
correct.
So you can
Stop.
get that as so you can get that as part of your disability funding. So as a
Stop
support
right now.
worker, you as a support worker, you may have to like look up a prostitute for him to go see.
I had a client who had the funding for it, and it was only like a trial shift, and I went, I'm not comfortable with this. I'm not helping you use your funding to rape women.
Yeah.
Oh
So-
my
I'm not
god.
doing it.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Yeah.
Wow. I'm
Yeah.
not surprised. though.
Whoa. That is
Yeah.
crazy.
It's like working
Yeah.
in the sector, I have been like felt up, I have been hit, I have
Oh, yeah.
had to go on workers' comp, but it's always all men.
Yeah, you've never had like
Yeah.
you've had like very
Oh yeah, same.
disturbed female clients,
I
but
have,
they
yeah.
have never gotten physically violent with you.
Oh, so same, exact same for me. Like I used to work in like a inpatient mental health facility, and
Yeah.
never like I definitely had women who were in active psychosis,
Yeah.
but never.
Somehow they never managed to
Yeah.
sexually assault you.
Yep. but and even in my current job too, like I'm working with people who are experiencing homelessness, addiction, prostitution, yada yada. And yeah, I've had plenty of female clients be really, really nasty to me,
Mm-hmm.
but I have never ever felt like, ooh, shit could go real south here without female client,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I think women don't usually lash out like that. Like it can happen, but it's much more men. And
it's even like the difference between like autistic girls and autistic boys, where so much leeway is given to autistic boys, whereas autistic girls are already like forcing themselves to mask and behave because Mrs. Rusty has diagnosed autism.
That I do.
And you didn't get any like special leeway for like having meltdowns about like big change or anything like that. You weren't given any sort of accommodation. It was like, well, deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it fucks me up that the NDIS allows funding for prostitution.
That is like
disgusting.
I'm really stunned.
Yeah, but
really
they won't
stunned.
pay. But they won't pay for like meal delivery services or have someone cook for you.
Yeah, no.
Oh my god!
Because they're like, well, we're not paying. They'll let you have meal deliveries, but they will not pay for the food in the meal delivery. They'll only pay for the delivery part.
Yeah. Or they will pay for a support worker to come assist you so you can like do cooking in home, but they can't do it for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Humans don't need food.
No. And like even trying to fight them on like getting kitchen utensils that are helpful for people with like motor control issues, like fine motor skills. They're like, I don't know if that's really necessary.
Yeah. Like,
wow.
I worked with a blind woman and they were fighting on, so you can get knives that are sharp enough to like cut up food, but they won't cut your skin.
Yeah.
And they were fighting on that of like, does this client even need it? But they wouldn't even get her a guide dog. She had no vision, like saw nothing. No,
like she was born profoundly blind. Like,
did not have the nerves. And it's like, they were like, no.
I don't think she needs one.
And they're like,
but
can we do an eye test
prostitutes.
But prostitutes is needed. And I'm like, oh,
well, because
so
like how many female clients do you think are asking for male prostitutes?
Oh, right, exactly.
Like none.
Yeah.
Like because the prospect of sleeping with a man you don't know and you have to pay him is not a inviting prospect for a woman. You know.
Yeah, but like men will be like, well, it's just because it's a female-dominated industry. It's like, no.
Female-dominated, yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's like, oh no. It's
my mom is like that too. She's like, well, but without like that, like nobody else wants to sleep with those disabled men. It's like, yeah, sex isn't alright. Too fucking bad.
Yeah, but like also like, I know there's countries where if you like legalize it, then it's like if you're needing to find a job and stuff, the government will like, well, if you're not going to do prostitution, then you really don't want to work.
Right.
So just,
I think that was in Germany that happened.
Yeah, and it's just like, it's just fucked. It's not a right.
Oh my god, that's so sick.
Yeah, the prostitute woman should have the right to just kill them. That should be, and still get paid.
Yeah, honestly. Honestly, like, yeah.
Jeez.
It's like,
I know.
just,
Time flies when you're being mean.
Yeah.
I'm having fun doing it, obviously.
Yeah. The realist said, just get disabled men disability-friendly sex toys. Exactly. Surely there's ones that they can get that they can just use.
Well, I helped a client
pick out
some sex toys that could work for them.
Yeah.
Because they were like,
yeah,
I want to like please myself, but they had motor skill issues. So
yeah,
like, I just
that
need
seems
something.
like a normal thing.
And it's just like, okay, well, we'll look it up. We'll go do some research, and more than happy to do that.
Yeah,
but it's just like
that's very different to
very
hiring
different
a prostitute.
To hiring a prostitute.
Yes.
Yep.
Extremely.
Yeah, because there's definitely a gap in like sex education there. I think someone else said in the chat earlier, like so many parents put their disabled daughters on birth control just because they can't, be sure that the carers are going to not rape their daughters, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've worked with so many clients that it's like they're victims of rape or like, and it's just like it's from carers or it's from family or friends because they haven't been able to speak up and stuff because they don't have the capacity to.
Yeah.
He's just like,
Yeah.
That's so, yeah, it's so sick.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
That's
this is
really
why I have a
sick,
fun job as well.
Yeah. To like,
Counterbalance it.
yeah.
Radical trash can. I'm not new, just on my main because I'm too lazy to log into my RadFem YouTube.
Everybody talks at now.
Oh man, crazy.
Mm.
What are all of you up to this weekend?
We're going to your sister's birthday thingy.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a long drive. It's gonna be 3 hours.
Ooh.
Oh, round
3
like
hours
both
there.
ways.
Both, yeah, each way.
So it'll be a 6-hour round trip.
Yikes. Are you staying the night there?
No.
No.
That's too much
It's not-
driving. To not just sleep somewhere.
Nah.
Yeah.
My asshole brother, I think he's home.
Yeah.
He won't stay with our sister.
Yeah. The brother that said he's not afraid to hit women like me
Oh,
because
great.
because I beat him at Cards Against Humanity. He was very angry that people were laughing at my picks more.
Yeah, but he lives with
Yeah, one of your
another
other.
of our sisters and her husband.
Yeah.
And it's like that's the only place we could stay.
Yeah, I don't want to stay there.
Or we could kick one of the young kids out of their beds.
Mm.
Let them
very
sleep on the
restrictive.
floor for enrichment.
No, they have
In their enclosure.
They have
Yeah.
double beds because that's what they asked for Christmas, to have double beds.
yeah, they asked for bigger beds for Christmas, so they got double beds each, and they're under 10 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't want toys, just bigger beds.
Yeah. Old souls.
Mm.
What about you guys? What are your weekends looking like?
I'm dog sitting right now. One of
You
my
seem to always be dog sitting.
I am always.
That's
I
her
always am.
fun job.
And it's like,
Yeah, that's my
I'm
fun
kinda
job.
Jealous. I'm kind
Exactly.
of jealous
It's-
because I'm like,
my-
all these different doggos.
Yeah, I'm at one of my favorite doggos' houses, and they have a hot tub in the backyard.
Oh,
so
it's that one.
that's where I'll be after this.
Hell yeah, baby.
Naked Lady Soup. Soul.
Yeah,
Exactly,
I
naked
made-
lady soup.
I've made so much naked lady
Except
soup
for I will
lately.
not be naked in someone else's hot tub, so
No,
I'll be bathing suit,
Sure
lady
thing.
soup.
Wink, wink.
Partially closed.
Partially clothed lady soup.
Exactly.
lady.
Modest Lady Soup.
Modest lady
Yeah.
soup.
I
It
have
would be different if her wife Lady Gaga was there. But
Yeah,
she's on
very
tour or
different.
something.
Then it's a double naked lady soup.
Yeah.
exactly 2 ingredients. 2 ladies.
What are you up
probably
to,
make some-
Nana?
Yeah, I'll probably make some naked lady soup again. I've been doing that a lot of that lately because my
Soaking it
wife's
up.
friend is visiting and she wants to do things in Japan, and that's one of my favorite things to do, so it's happening a lot. But yeah, the wife is coming back in 5 hours. That means I have to clean so much. Oh my god. In the next 5 hours because I have been disgusting. And then I don't know what our plans are. They were going to get in later, but I think that so I warned this Australian, I'm like, you need to wear a mask when you're in public in Japan because the flu season is really bad here. And you are from a place with literally Japan has 100 times the population density of Australia.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
you do not have the immune system for this. I've been seeing all these English speaking people whining online about how they got to Japan and instantly caught the flu. So guess who didn't wear a mask? And then guess who also has the flu right now?
Could it be your wife?
Not my wife. It's her
Oh, the
friend who's
friend.
visiting.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
so she instantly got the flu and she's miserable. And so they were going to come home pretty late today, but I guess they're cutting it short because she's exhausted. So they're like, we're just going to come home early. I'm like, that sounds reasonable. So I'll see you at 5 instead of what's going to be 9 or something.
Hmm. Where
Yeah.
are they? Where did they go?
They're near Fuji right now. They're near the
Oh,
base
nice.
of Fuji. They're looking at
Yep.
that bad boy. So now they're going to be on the way to Nagoya and then catch a train here, Shinkansen
Nice.
here. So they're doing that. And then what was our plans for tomorrow? Had something. I have D&D in the afternoons. Hello. But I think we're being pretty chill. So I'll probably just show them around Osaka. If the friend is not perishing, we'll probably go down to because she hasn't even seen Osaka
She's
proper.
not
Aw.
If she's not perishing, we'll probably go down to Dotonbori and stuff, the main sightseeing areas, and because we live right near the downtown, literally a walk away. But it's just been
Right.
they haven't been here that much. We've mostly been out and about, so they haven't really seen Osaka properly. So I might take them out to Osaka,
Nice.
But yeah, it'll be a pretty chill
Nice.
weekend. The last few weekends were like action packed doing stuff, so I've been like tired.
Stuff.
I know. Like we went to really nice places. We actually went on a road trip. I've never really been stuck navigating in Japan because my wife is
Ooh.
driving. She's so brave, but like that means I'm like trying to take the exit that says like Maizuru Highway. And she's like, I can't read that. I don't know which exit says that. I'm like, it's the 15th right. Whatever, because it's like these are insane intersections. You should have seen them, dear God. So it was me trying to like
15th
yell
right.
directions. It was craziness. Me just like trying to yell directions, trying to do it. But we did it. So we went on a little road trip and then we came back, which was fun, but yeah, kind of tiring. And the weekend before we went also on a road trip with a nice onsen, and we've just been busy doing lots of trips. This weekend, I'm like, I'm going to stay in. And then next weekend is cherry blossom viewing. Yay.
Ooh.
Lovely.
Picnic. My friends, the one that I met my wife at.
Aww.
So it'll be like her. That'll be nice. Yeah.
Mhm.
But yep. Driving in Japan is intense. I don't drive so anymore.
I feel
Does Japan have any rad femme communities?
No, not really. It's very, very small. Like it's like the thing is like
Yeah.
obviously Korean men are very anti-feminist, but that's because there's such a strong feminist presence. Whereas in Japan, there's no feminist presence whatsoever. It's just like a given that like, of course, women are inferior. The end. Like there's no.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ooh. Do you have any stories about the men in Japan? I'm thinking about teaching ESL in other countries. I know Japan is a popular one.
But I've heard horror stories. Yeah, like it can be bad. Like obviously, the key thing is to just not associate with men as much as possible. Like anytime you invite a man into your life, you're just welcoming problems. So like you can teach them and stuff like that. 'Cause I taught all ages, including like grown men, like, you know, not just children, but like actual men my age or older, like elderly men, like,
Boys.
all ages of men.
Boys and grown
80-year-old
boys.
80-year-old
Elderly
boys, 70-year-old boys my own age. So I've taught them all ages. I didn't have too many like, you know, extreme experiences, but I always kept things, you know, very professional. But you know, you'll get like comments that are just inappropriate, which is very normal. You get that from kids too, but it's like funny when a kid says it, and it's like not funny when an 80-year-old boy says it.
Yeah.
And
But
the
yeah, like, you'll
80-year-old
get-
boys keep doing it because as a kid, it was funny.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, they're allowed to say it. So
It's time to take those 80-year-old boys out back and, you know.
yeah. I mean, I had a friend who had she had a horrible experience. Like she was teaching in like a chain Eikaiwa, like it was what was it? ECC. ECC is like a big company, so they'll hire from overseas, and it's a horrible place to work. And she had like her manager was stalking her, and so she like moved out of her apartment because like the apartment was provided by the company, and she like didn't feel safe there, so she like just moved out in the middle of the night and moved into her friend's like one-room apartment, and it was just like she really struggled, and she left after a few years because she just couldn't take it. I'm like, yeah, I get that. Like you can get really unlucky, like with some creep that gets obsessed with you or something, but I haven't had too much issues with men. Just I don't really associate with them. I had an old man friend that was like sort of a sugar daddy type situation for me, and this like gaggle of lesbians who just like had him pay for everything, and then we just ignored him besides that. So that was okay, I guess. Like, we're gonna drink and you're gonna pay. He's like, okay.
Situation without the sex.
Without sex or anything nice or like that he wanted. So it was just that he would pay to be in our company, and that was like, okay, well, as long as you pay for this extremely expensive vacation, we get to drink champagne and eat the whole time. You can be there also, except for when we go to the naked lady bath. Then you can go fuck off. We don't care.
You
So
can
that
go
was
to
that went on
naked
for like
naked boy bath.
yeah, he went to the naked boy bath by himself, and that was, you know, I mean, he had no other option really. So it was fine. But yeah, no, like as someone said, I really came across a TikTok of a guy trying to disprove another guy that Japan is actually one of the most progressive countries, and not once did he mention the treatment of women and girls.
Of course not.
But he did mention a bunch of transgenders. Yeah, Japan has like sadly fully gotten on board with transgenderism. Like every lesbian I know is either like transitioned or is like married, you know, fake married to someone who's transitioned, like their spouse is transitioned. Like, so it's either like both of them transition or one of them transitions. Like there's no like lesbian couples anymore. So that's really fucking depressing. That's all happened since the pandemic. It's happened so fast.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's really, really sad.
I don't know if we've talked a bit about transition in Japan and stuff, but like, is it relatively easy then for like women to get on testosterone or men to get on estrogen and stuff?
I think it is now. I think it was harder before.
Yeah.
Especially to get like any sort of surgical interventions would have been significant. Like it would have taken like actual, like the gatekeeping was pretty intense. Like it would be
Well, and
a
it
lot
was
of-
here at one point too, but now
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah, I think
I
that's
think-
changed, but it was pretty intense originally, like in the
I think
90s
it's
and stuff.
getting. Yeah, I think it's getting more lax in Australia as well.
Yeah,
like-
very much so.
Oh, it is. When I go to Australia, every fifth dude is like pretending to be a woman. It's intense.
Yeah.
it's
They're
very
always wearing like
lax.
a flouncy, like I'm always there in summer, but they're always like wearing like a flouncy dress that like shows their balls practically. I'm like, are you serious? Like it's so.
Yep.
it
Or
is
like
rough.
doctors who specialize in things. It's like whether you're in a small country town or a big city, you'll always find one doctor being like, what do they call it?
Gender affirming care.
Affirming?
Yeah, gender affirming care. Yeah,
Yeah, specializes in gender affirming care. It's like so
it's
specialize
like we're in the
it-
middle of fucking nowhere. What do you mean gender affirming care?
Yeah, how do you know that word? Get back to the
Yeah.
fields.
Yeah,
They're
obviously.
trying to like bring in the transition of children in Japan as well too. They're like trying to make that a thing. Like the AGPs are
oh
really
no
pushing it.
way. No.
It hasn't caught on at all, but they're starting to like post there's like this manga, for example. I think it started as like a webtoon sort of thing of like, I'm a trans man in Japan and it's so hard. If only my school would let me wear pants and have short hair. Well, they can't have short hair, so
Yeah.
they did have short hair. But if only my school would recognize my gender and let me have pants. I'm like, if only they would let all the girls wear pants if they wanted. Are
Yeah,
we
there's, like,
serious?
right.
Most schools in Japan don't let girls wear pants, right? Like there's like
Yeah,
only
you
a
can't.
few have like a pants option that they're slowly introducing.
Yeah, that's
But
But
what
what
I've
about,
never
like,
seen
winter?
it, so I'm sure it's
It snows.
Nope.
yeah. You can't even wear leggings in the majority
Yeah.
of cases. You have to be bare-legged, so it's like it's not.
That's
So
crazy.
you're like freezing these like poor women and girls.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like bizarre that they're like, oh, and then like Japanese people will see them be sympathetic, like, oh, but she's a boy on the inside, so she should be allowed to wear pants. I'm like, shouldn't anyone be allowed
She
to wear
should be
pants? Like, are
free
you
from
serious?
that.
Right.
I'm like, literally,
She's
lady,
a
you
boy
are
on the
wearing
inside,
pants.
so she's actually like she's being subject to humiliation because she's secretly a boy, and it's awful when boys get humiliated, but
Yeah,
it's fine for girls because they were made for that.
and I'm talking to a woman who's wearing pants actively, and I'm like, you are now wearing pants. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
like, you are ridiculous just because you're not in high school anymore. I'm like, what?
Yeah. I think
Just
they've done that in a
absurd.
lot of schools here as well, because usually you have like a unisex uniform, but also like a formal uniform that's sex segregated.
Mhm.
And they've been introducing rules where it's like, okay, well, if you're trans, you can wear the opposite sex uniform. It's just like, but what about the rest?
Right.
I refuse to get my senior picture taken
But
because
girl
it
is
required
when
I wear
skirt.
a skirt. Like I didn't get mine taken because they're like, yeah, you have to wear the formal uniform and it has to be the girls' formal. And I'm like, well,
Did-
fuck that, I'm not getting it.
didn't you do a speech?
Yeah, I did. I had to get special permission because I did a speech on sexism because we're doing like some sort of like representing the school in like a speaking competition, and I was like, well, I'm only doing it if you let me wear the boys' uniform. And then part of my speech was like, by the way, did you know I had to get written permission from my principal to wear pants tonight? Did you know that? That's how fucked we are.
That's crazy to me that like I went to Catholic schools in the 80s and 90s and it was like we all wore pants if we wanted to. It was like completely normal.
Me
that
too,
women,
same.
Nope.
the girls could wear pants.
Nope.
Yeah, I went to Catholic
What?
school in the 90s and 2000s, and
No, mine was a public school.
Yeah.
there
A
That's-
was
public
to me, that's-
secular school.
That's crazy to me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my school didn't have a uniform, which is really uncommon in Australia.
Yeah, incredibly.
But we had a dress code, and the boys caught on that like the girls kept getting detentions and stuff like that for like cardigans or things like that. And so because they weren't
Not
getting
the
to make out with
cardigan.
Yeah.
not the cardigan, yeah. Because they weren't getting to make out with their girlfriends at lunchtime, they all
Oh.
decided to steal their sisters' like dresses and skirts and break the dress code for the girls, but because it wasn't broken for the boys,
Yeah.
because it was sex segregated,
Yeah.
then they end up changing like the whole dress code,
Yeah.
which was fine. But it
Oh
was just
my
like there was just a
goodness.
week of all these boys wearing like high heels and strappy singlets and mini skirts where you're like, I can see your fucking underwear.
Ew.
Don't move too much.
Yeah.
And it's just like I took like manual arts, so like woodwork and stuff. And it was like there's like me and this other girl in the class, and we're doing great. We're just dressed in jeans and a t-shirt, and then there's all these guys coming in strappy heels and
Yeah.
like dresses and singlets, and the teacher's like, "You can't be in here." What? And so they end up changing the whole policy. But it was just stupid.
Whereas like after every assembly, we had to line up as girls so they could measure the length of our shorts. But then the boys were in the tiny little footy shorts, and they never got measured.
Oh my
'Cause
god.
the girls' shorts had to be they could be 2 centimeters above the knee. But like boys were wearing the little footy shorts
That's
that
less
like
than an inch.
Yeah. So like, and they would like waste time measuring stuff like that. I think the only time a boy got like uniform carded was when he didn't wear socks in his sneakers. He was sent to the principal's office.
Was that in summer?
Ew.
Yes,
Gross.
it was disgusting.
That's just an odor then.
Yeah.
It's an odor issue.
Yeah, and I remember the girls like they would do this thing because they would, we had to wear a garishly colored polo. So the girls would 1 roll up their shorts, and then 2 they would get a hair tie and like bunch the back of the shirt and like to pull it skin tight and tuck it under, and then like roll up the sleeves. The boys would also do that. They would roll up their sleeves and button the polo up like
All
the
the
full way,
Yeah.
and then pop the collar. Like,
Yes.
that was the thing.
But in my day, the preppy boys would wear a polo with the collar popped, except for they'd wear 2 polos with both collars
Yeah.
popped.
Both colors popped. Yes.
Double popped collar. And then you had
Hell
the
yeah.
occasional triple popped.
Yes, the occasional triple.
That was for the alpha. Clearly.
Yeah, exactly.
Only the
Oh.
alpha could wear
The
a triple
Lacoste
pop collars.
polo.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you have the double popped and then they wore a printed like t-shirt over top of them?
God.
No.
No, they didn't go that extreme.
That was just your bogan school.
A couple kids.
My God.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was always
But I'm
boys
like-
in their stupid little footy shorts. That was the thing.
But they would stink because it'd be like summer and they'd be sweating like crazy
Oh,
because it's a 40-degree day.
did
and
your
it-
school make you do partner dancing?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was
mine
part
did.
of our PE, and it would
Me
be like
too.
after the first lunch break, and all the boys had been rolling around sweatily together, non-sexual, and then you had to dance with them.
Or-
See, we had a disproportion of like they did it by grades, and I went to a very small school, and there was only 6 kids in my grade. There was 4 girls and 2 boys. So
Oh,
the girls were like, "No, I really want to dance with them." I was like, "Oh, I'll volunteer to dance with a girl."
oh no, there was more boys than
Aw.
girls. So there was like we had to come up with like a line dance all together, and there was like just a 1 boy group because there was too many boys.
Or at my initial primary school, because I moved schools, when I was about 9, 10, we did a whole, like, we were learning about medieval times and whatnot. And we got to, like, pick whether you were going to be, like, what you wanted to be. So some people were servants, some people wanted to be king, queen, or whatever. And I chose to be a knight,
You're
So
such a
that's like-
lesbian, baby.
right? And then they were like, yep, and we're going to, like, put it. So at that age, kids are very much like, ew, boys are gross, girls are gross, cooties and all that. But I
I'm
was
still
smart
like
enough.
that.
So same. But then I became the most popular girl that day because you had to sit with like whatever their title was, and there was only boy knights. And so all the girls were like, "Can we sit with you? Can we sit with you?" And so then it was like,
Chad wife.
The 7-year-old
And it-
Chad wife.
yeah. But like all I wanted to do was wear a cape.
You were not ready for that level of commitment.
I just wanted to wear
You did-
pants and a cape.
He knew that capes were a woman magnet.
Apparently, when you're 9 and 10.
Oh, so good.
Chad Knight versus Beta Virgin Fool. You were born Chad, baby. Bless.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Wow. I want to get in this hot tub.
Okay, Queen.
Okay.
Bring the computer. Just kidding.
Yeah. Nothing
Yeah, I'm not
stopping you.
coming
You
with
weren't-
you.
If you weren't such a coward, you'd bring us with you.
Doesn't have to chat it.
Oh, but literally 2.5 hours, y'all. This flew by.
Yeah, it was great.
Except for my freaking
Okay.
Wi-Fi issues. God.
Yeah, that
only
was a
the
little
beginning.
rough.
Then it was fine.
Yeah.
Naked Lady Soup, but make it virtual. Yes, I agree. We should all do that. Me in the onsen
Yeah.
with my fucking desktop
Everybody get
computer.
in your own bathtub, and we're all sinking.
Our bathtub a small. You can have it. Why is my phone blowing up with calls and messages?
Oh, you're so funny, baby.
Okay,
Is she in the night table again? Is she wearing the cape?
She's always wearing the cape. Then how do you think she got me?
That's what I suspected, but it's good to
She
have
showed up on the first date with the cape, and I was like, "Oh, I can't not marry her. I'm getting down
Like,
on one
done.
knee right now."
done and done.
Before the other women get in, you know, she was swarmed by other women, obviously.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Really cute on our first date.
I agree.
I have
I agree.
mild housekeeping to address.
Yes, queen.
Okay.
No, on what's today? Friday for me, Tuesday for y'all. I mean Tuesday.
We are way in the future now.
Way in the
It's
or the
Saturday
past.
for
Not
us.
sure which.
It's Saturday.
No,
Saturday for
God,
us.
baby, she said it's Tuesday. It's
is
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It's her stream, all right?
Okay, sorry.
What she says goes.
I will stay in my lane. It's Tuesday.
Okay, so on Sunday, North America and Europe time,
Mhm.
I'm gonna do a daytime stream. So it's gonna start at let's see, I have to think. 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I think that's going to be 6 p.m. England time.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, me and Existential Gamer are going to stream on
Very
a
nice, very
weekend
nice.
daytime stream, so that'll be upcoming. And then the Europeans can come because it's always their bedtime when we stream.
Yeah.
Do we have any Europeans in the chat?
We got plumping.
Probably not right now. It's the actual middle of the night there. And then probably again we'll stream again on, well, probably not Monday if we do a Sunday, but probably Tuesday. Yeah. So that's that. Oh, Lamb, that's very cute. You should go to bed. Go to bed, please. Go to bed.
Go to bed.
European gender. Yeah, so that's that. In the description box, there's a link to Nena's channel, there's a link to Rusty's channel, and there's a link to Rusty's website. Leasebound.com for the webcomic.
Read it now,
Yes, read it.
Yeah.
or you face the wall.
Face the wall. So yeah, that's that. Have a good weekend. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Love having all the gals in the chat.
Yes,
Thanks for
everyone, please
having
like
me
the
today.
stream. Yeah. We'll do a double wife stream at some point. It will be
Yes.
wild.
Definitely.
Did you say you had some housekeeping as well, Radical, or was that the housekeeping?
That was the
notes about
housekeeping.
Okay.
Jeez
Were you
Louise.
picturing actually cleaning?
No, sometimes she says like the video after you're
Oh.
done. and leave a
Yeah, you
comment.
should like the video
Well-
after, leave a comment if you can. Like the stream right now before it ends. Yeah.
Like
Yay,
and subscribe.
Sam. Yeah,
Like and
exactly.
subscribe, Lamb. So because this is what the streams are always like every single time. Always.
Yes, they're always chaos and wonderful. So yeah, I'm gonna go make some partially naked lady soup in the hot tub, and
Salty.
have
I'm
a
gonna
good
go
one.
clean my room.
Go
Some
go
actual
go.
housekeeping. So
Bye.
Woman is when
right
housekeeping.
now.
I'm gonna be a woman now. I'm gonna identify as a gender and then clean my house. So
Oh.
Oh, sorry, Ivy. Bye.
yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Boy.